to the best of 10-man tag team matches. Corey, it came down to the final two-man. United States champion AJ Styles looking to close the deal, but Cedric just a step ahead of the phenomenal one. Lumbar tricks, and Cedric earns the single biggest pinfall of his impressive career.
What a night that was for Cedric Alexander.
The rattlesnake, the WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin, with a little spear bash to cap off the evening. Certainly had to be a feel-good moment for Cedric Alexander and everyone involved, with the exception of the OC. Let's see if Cedric can keep the momentum rolling tonight at Clash of Champions. And by pinning AJ Styles this past week, Cedric earned this opportunity here tonight.
The official, the original, the only club that matters, the United States champion AJ Styles, kicking things off this evening on the WWE Clash of Champions kickoff show versus Cedric Alexander. There is Big Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson alongside the United States champion, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. He will be defending his United States championship versus Cedric Alexander. Here coming up next, we just had one match get underway, or get over with, excuse me. That was the Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak retained. The club comes out with AJ, and now they back off. They will go back to Gorilla backstage. Drew Gulak still your Cruiserweight champion. And then we have about 15 minutes from now until the start of the main card of Clash of Champions 2019 here this evening down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, Flair going up against Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. WWE testing out some new lighting, it seems like, with the start of matches. Cedric Alexander getting a big pop as he is from Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, normally, superstars, when they wrestle in their hometown, they will lose. However, sometimes they do win. This is a championship match, though I highly doubt they're going to have AJ lose the United States Championship on a pay-per-view kickoff show, but hell, you never know. They've done crazier things than that before. AJ Styles. Styles decked out in all red. He is on the red brand WWE Monday Night Raw, but he is from the state of Georgia, and his Georgia Bulldogs 3-0 on the year in college football already this year. They host Notre Dame on Saturday. Probably a nod to that, I would assume. Alexander with a cover, real quick, 1-2, kick out at 2.5. That was very, very close. Yeah, but WWE testing out some new lighting, it seems like, for the start of matches. As Alexander goes over the top rope, ringside, rolls AJ now back in the ring. Now Pele kick, cover once again. 1, 2, AJ kicks out for the second time already in this match. So it seems like Cedric, obviously he has some momentum here early. AJ will take over halfway through the match or towards the end, and then he'll end up retaining that bet. A chop from Alexander, but during the announcement of the superstars that are in the match, WWE goes dark and then some light just above the ring, which is something different. Like I said, it seems like they're testing something new with that here this evening, because that's the second time they've done that already. We'll see if they do it on the main card for the actual pay-per-view coming up here very shortly at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But they did it for the first match, Cruiserweight title. Drew Gulak, as I mentioned, retained that. And now, as I was saying too, it was about 6:45 till 7. Styles clash. Jesus Christ. Styles clash outside of the ring, right in front of the entrance ramp. Styles now rolls Alexander back in the ring cover. 1, 2, and Styles actually picks him up to break the count. Commercial for WWE SmackDown Live over on Fox as well for Friday Night SmackDown that will be debuting on Fox Friday, October the 4th. I'm currently watching WWE Clash of Champions. Share this, hashtag WWE Clash. But I'm also watching NFL football with the Saints and Rams in a rematch of the NFC Championship game from this past year. So also when you share this, be sure to use the hashtag NFL and hashtag NFL 100. But it was just all of a sudden, it was about 6:45, literally right as I went on, Cedric Alexander and then AJ Styles were coming out for this United States Championship match here this evening at Clash of Champions, a match that was actually supposed to be on the main card, but they bumped it up to the kickoff show. I don't honestly remember the last time AJ Styles wrestled on a WWE pay-per-view kickoff show, if ever. He's only been in the WWE for a little over 3 years now. WWE Clash of Champions live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific, streaming live only on the WWE Network, free for new subscribers. Be sure to subscribe to Gridiron Ring and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron 18, the Encyclopedia of the Sports, myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. If you're watching on playback on YouTube, the links are in the description below. Gridiron 18, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube and follow myself, the Encyclopedia of Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96, right here on Periscope and over on Twitter. Chat, questions, and comments, always greatly appreciated. Like, super like, and super heart button. And as just mentioned, be sure to share this on social media. Hashtag WWE, hashtag WWE Clash, hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL 100, and hashtag New Orleans No versus the Los Angeles Rams, LAR, as the Rams are on top of the Saints, and Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback after Drew Brees went down with an injury in the first quarter. I did see he can barely grip a football now on the sideline after injuring his hand in the first half. So just started the fourth and final quarter of play out in Los Angeles at the Coliseum. What a day it's been in the National Football League. What a day it was yesterday in college football and so far today in the NFL. I'll recap everything coming up throughout the night as well, along with live reactions play-by-play of the rest of this game as Bridgewater airs it out, first down at midfield now, just past midfield for the Saints, who are down 20-6. Just started the fourth quarter, as mentioned. Styles with a pin on Cedric Alexander, 1, 2, 3, and the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, retains his WWE United States Championship, now beating up Cedric Alexander after the match. But coming up at 8 o'clock, I'll also be watching Sunday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles, Atlanta Falcons, and doing live reactions, play-by-play of that as well. Now here comes the club, Gallows and Anderson. Big boot from Big Luke Gallows. Now Anderson with some haymakers. Styles with some too sweet to the OC. Styles retains his U.S. Championship on the Clash of Champions kickoff show. This is really just all to waste time. Too sweet to the club, middle of the ring, they stand tall. AJ wins, but this is basically all just to waste time before the actual main card begins here in about 5 minutes. So thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play of WWE Clash of Champions 2019 down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Raw tomorrow night will be in Nashville, and then NXT will debut on the USA Network this upcoming Wednesday, September the 18th. 2 weeks from Friday, SmackDown will air on Fox on Friday night for the first time ever from 8 to 10. 2 days before that, though, that'll be the first episode of AEW, All Elite Wrestling on TNT, Wednesday, October the 2nd. We're going to have a Wednesday Night War with NXT on Wednesday nights. The first 2 weeks, though, for NXT, the 18th and the 25th of September, the first hour will be on the USA Network, and then from 9 to 10, it'll be on the WWE Network, just as it's been for the past 5 years. And then on October 2nd, we will have AEW debuting on TNT. Also, NXT will go 2 hours then live, only on the USA Network. The following Friday, October the 4th, 2 weeks from Friday, SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown is back, folks. If you did not know, Friday Night SmackDown will air on Fox starting October the 4th. And then the following Friday, WWE just announced within the past couple hours, actually saw it after I got off of Periscope here just recently after I did live reactions, play-by-play of Seahawks and Steelers, along with Patriots and Dolphins, and then some bonus coverage of some other games. Be sure to go check out that stream. Subscribe to Gridiron Ring on YouTube as well if you're watching either of them on playback on YouTube. Links are in the description below. WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match later on tonight. Seth frickin' Rollins and Braun Strowman versus absolutely glorious, a new tag team name for Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. But then later on as well, Seth frickin' Rollins will face off versus Braun Strowman in a regular singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. Jonathan Coachman, Booker T, Charlie Caruso, and who else is on the kickoff panel for WWE Clash of Champions? That is David Otunga. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the main card for Clash of Champions here this evening. So wrestling and football live reactions right here on Periscope. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Be sure to share this on social media. What the hell was I saying? Saying something about WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, they debut on the 4th of October on Fox, but then the following Friday, WWE just announced within the past couple hours, as I just said. I found out about it after I got off streaming just a short while ago, that the WWE Draft will be coming back on Friday, October the 11th, and then the following Monday, October the 14th. So the draft will begin on Friday night on SmackDown and then conclude the following Monday, the 14th. In between all that as well, the next pay-per-view for WWE will be Hell in a Cell on Sunday, October the 6th. So we have Clash of Champions tonight, the first pay-per-view since SummerSlam, a little over a month ago now. It seems like forever ago, but first pay-per-view since SummerSlam here tonight, Clash of Champions. NXT debuts on USA Network this Wednesday, 2 weeks from Friday. SmackDown on Fox. WWE Draft, Hell in a Cell in there as well, like I said. Plus, football season will continue. It's week in and week out, every single weekend from now until the end of January, early February, but then the XFL will kick off as well. So relate that, compare that with the WWE, with Vince McMahon, and then football as well, with him bringing back the Extreme Football League of the XFL. This is the XFL. Hopefully they can do a little bit better than the Alliance of American Football League this past spring, but we'll have to find out and see. Obviously that's a long ways away from now. So a commercial, a promo for NXT on the USA Network premieres live this Wednesday at 8, 7 Central. Tomorrow night on Raw, we'll obviously find out later on tonight who the new Universal Champion is going to be, whether Rollins retains or it's going to be Strowman. Will The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, interfere? Will Daniel Bryan come out and screw over Roman Reigns or Eric Rowan to set up matches potentially inside Hell in a Cell, at Hell in a Cell? We're just going to have to find out and see as the night progresses. Opening video package now with the copyright for WWE Clash of Champions. About 11 minutes to play with the Saints and Rams as well in America's Game of the Week. And Bridgewater in at quarterback for the Saints because, as mentioned earlier, Drew Brees out with an injury. Incomplete pass from Teddy B. Then, now, WWE Forever. I believe the Raw Tag Team Championship match is kicking off the show. We saw Rollins and Strowman just walking around backstage, getting ready to go to the ring, I do believe. And then either the co-main event or the main event will be Rollins Strowman for the Universal title. I did, however, hear that the rumored main event is supposed to be the no disqualification match with Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan. Opening video package for Clash of Champions, Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Going to be an exciting night, I do believe. But like I said, we're just going to have to, see how things play out. Because I honestly don't know, WWE-wise, what they have in store for us this evening. Hell, I didn't even do predictions for Clash of Champions. I was going to. I know I said it in my college football and NFL predictions this past week. Go check out my Clash of Champions predictions. But I just never got around to it. And plus, like I said, I honestly don't know what the hell's going to happen. So my predictions would probably be off by a mile in the end anyways. Because obviously with NXT on USA Network coming up shortly, and then obviously SmackDown as well moving to Fox, and the draft now on the 11th and 14th of October, there's a lot they can do storyline-wise with all the superstars that they have, including superstars that haven't been seen in quite a while as well. So it's all really going to depend. And I know I say this a lot, but it does. It really just depends on what happens at the pay-per-view, and then on the next night on Raw, and then on SmackDown on Tuesday. But starting in 2 weeks, the go-home show to end the week is going old school, and it's going to be on a Friday night. Friday Night SmackDown is back, and then we'll have the pay-per-view Sunday, Monday Night Raw, and then they're going to be off for 3 days throughout the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. However, NXT still on Wednesday nights, AEW as well. I think it's going to be a decent pay-per-view. I do. I mean, there's some good matches, but the card as a whole, in my opinion at least, everybody has their own opinion, it's subpar. I mean, I'll go over all the matches because I didn't do any predictions for this. This is actually the first time, I believe, ever since I've started doing WWE and college football and NFL predictions. First time ever I have not done a prediction video for a WWE pay-per-view. So, history being made in the wrong way, but, I still talk about everything in the end anyways during these live streams right here on Periscope, so thank you guys for tuning in and watching aerial coverage of the LA Memorial Coliseum out in Los Angeles. Now, Seth frickin' Rollins, the Beast Slayer's about to burn it down to kick off Clash of Champions. Burn it down. It's going to be the Raw Tag Team Championship match with Rollins and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, versus Absolutely Glorious is the new tag team name of Dolph Ziggler and Robert Bobby Roode. Weird seeing Clay Matthews in a Rams jersey. I know he played at USC, played at the Coliseum in college, but he's always been a Packer. Now he's with the Rams this year in his first season with the LA Rams. New stadium being built. That should be ready for the start of next season. They will share with the Chargers, and then the Raiders more than likely in their final season in Oakland, but we've been hearing that for the past couple years. But their new stadium in Las Vegas is being built and should be done for the start of next year as well. So Rollins in the ring. Now here comes Braun Strowman. Raw Tag Team Championship match. If you guys have chat questions and comments, let me know in the comment section below. Jared Goff under center, 2nd and 2. Flag on the play. Goff airs it out. And the Rams are going to get first down. That's for Robert Woods, number 17, another former USC Trojan. Rams lead now 20-9 with about 10 minutes to play. Holding on the Ram offense, though. And that is a 10-yard penalty. They're going to replay 2nd down around the NFL from earlier. Patriots demolished the Dolphins, shut them out 43-0. Dak Prescott, another damn good game, along with Lamar Jackson, too. Jimmy Garoppolo, 3 touchdown passes. 49ers are 2-0. Antonio Brown, though, first touchdown as a Patriot earlier this afternoon down in South Beach. Now here comes Dolph Ziggler, who anymore it seems like they just put him in a tag team and then they're good for a little while, and then after, you know, time goes by, whenever they get sick and tired of it, when they don't have anything else for them to do, basically, now here comes Glorious. Robert Roode. Bobby Roode. I don't know why the hell they changed his name to Robert Roode a couple months back, but they did. But as I was saying, it just seems like anymore all Ziggler is doing, other than saying, oh, it should have been me, Cooper Kupp, a very, very long touchdown reception from Jared Goff. Missed tackle after missed tackle by the Saint defense. 26-9 now, 8:54 to play. But they just put Ziggler in a tag team, and then once it gets stale, they'll have somebody turn, and then Ziggler basically will put over the other superstar. He did it with Drew McIntyre. Now McIntyre's been out of action with an injury. Could be coming back very shortly. Hopefully he will be. He's a damn good superstar. I did hear as well that once the Scottish Psychopath does indeed factory turn, he will be going into a feud with Seth frickin' Rollins. Now, whether or not that's going to be for Universal Championship or not, I don't know. I'll have to find out and see. It's all really going to depend on what happens tonight, because the Fiend Bray Wyatt could interfere, set up a match with him and Rollins at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell, at Hell in a Cell, and then potentially Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman, the Wyatt family against one another, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan there as well, maybe, who knows. If they do the latter of that, McIntyre versus Rollins for the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell, and then potentially have McIntyre win it. Previous play is under further review as well in the Rams-Saint game. Looks like a touchdown, so it'll probably stand. Obviously, they got to find undisputable video evidence to overturn that. NASCAR race also on this evening as the NASCAR playoffs in 2019 begin about right now out in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. A couple other shows on this evening, including Sunday Night Football, which I will be also doing live reactions play-by-play on. So thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching. I'm going to call WWE Clash of Champions and America's Game of the Week right now with Rams and Saints, plus Sunday Night Football with Eagles and Falcons. I'm going to call those games as I see it. So Roode and Strowman lock up as the bell has rung for this Raw Tag Team Championship match. Hashtag Raw Tag Team titles. So Strowman and Roode are your legal competitors. The new Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial with Patrick Mahomes. Give me my app. You don't have an app. So, yeah, we're going to sit back and relax and enjoy some professional wrestling and NFL football. If you guys have chat questions and comments, let me know. Also, be sure to share this on social media and follow myself and Gridiron Ring, Cohan Luke 96, and Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and right here on Periscope. Ziggler is now legal. Ziggler from behind after distraction from Bobby Roode. Strowman with a big boot. Now right hand to Roode. Seth Rollins' Iowa Hawkeyes last night. Big win over Iowa State. And Cy-Hawk rivalry. Rollins tags in. After review, Cooper Kupp, the runner, is short of the goal line. So no touchdown. Call was reversed. Ball going to be at the 1 yard line. 20-9 though still is your score. Rams lead the Saints. So no touchdown from Goff to Kupp. But the Rams are going to punch it in here with, I would assume, Todd Gurley here on 1st and goal coming up next. Short of the line to gain. Gurley actually on the sideline, so somebody else in the ball game at running back. I'll have to check out and see who that is. But they'll end up scoring here more than likely, unless they do something stupid and maybe fumble like they did earlier in the game, and then the Saints pick it up, run it back for a touchdown. But then quarterback keeper from Goff, touchdown Rams. Now we'll make it 26-9. Goff celebrating. But the Rams returned a fumble about 85 yards for a touchdown earlier, and then the refs blew it dead because they said it was an incomplete pass. Basically, the Saints getting screwed once again against the Rams. But they rolled it dead, reviewed it. It was a fumble. No touchdown, though. The Saints caught the ball at the 12-yard line. And then Breeze ended up getting hurt a short time later, and has been out of the game ever since. Big Ben Roethlisberger also out with an injury now, too. Steeler quarterback. And it was a non-contact injury in his right elbow, it looked like, his right forearm, his throwing arm. Non-contact injuries are never good. We'll obviously have to find out and see what happens here with him in the next couple of days. After I assume he'll get an MRI either tonight. Hell, he might have already got one today. Latest tomorrow. And then depending on what that says, move forward from there. Either him at quarterback or move on with Mason Rudolph. Zigzag from Ziegler. Cover 1-2. Kick out from Seth frickin' Rollins. There is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, the former Dallas Cowboy, 3-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Aaron Andrews on the sideline. Rams looking dominant here today against the Saints. Saints last week on Monday Night Football defeated the Texans on a game-winning 58-yard Will Lutz field goal. Texans won 13-12 today against the Jaguars after a 2-point conversion failed with about 30 seconds to play. There's the replay with Breeze and Darnold. Darnold just got his hand up, and Breeze, when he followed through on his throw, his hand just hit his hand, and now he can't grip a football. So what that's going to mean for Drew Brees and the Saints, I don't know. Obviously, they've played most of the game without him and have only put up 9 total points, down 27-9. About 8 minutes to play. Thank you guys for those chat questions and comments. We'll get to those here in a second. WWE Clash of Champions. Rude against Rollins in this Raw Tag Team Championship match, along with Strowman and Ziggler as well. Breeze listening into the play call with his helmet up to his ear like a conch shell. Teddy Bridgewater has been in at quarterback ever since Breeze went down, and like I said, they really haven't been able to get anything going. And will fall to 1-1 unless they can spark some type of comeback here in the final 8 minutes, down 27-9 to the Rams. But the Rams have one damn good defense though too. So Ziggler on the back of Rollins in the meantime as the Universal and Raw Tag Team Champion in a headlock. Rollins trying to reach for Strowman, and then Ziggler taunting Braun Strowman a little bit. Rollins reverses. Falcon Arrow. Rude trying to tag in. So it looks like we're going to get hot tags. Rollins tags Strowman. Ziggler does not tag Rude. Shoulder tackle from Braun. Takes out Bobby Roode. Maybe the Saints go with Taysom Hill. Maybe they sign somebody. If Breeze is going to be out for a little while, you have Teddy Bridgewater then. And then sign somebody to come in and back up Bridgewater. But I highly doubt that because you still have Taysom Hill, but then you have Taysom Hill potentially backing up Bridgewater, and then if he goes down playing quarterback, then you don't have Hill doing what he does best, being the Swiss type of Army knife type of player that he is in the Saint offense. So 2nd and 14 from 21 for the New Orleans Saints. And this ball game's over basically. Sunday Night Football going to be coming on here shortly in about an hour. With the Eagles and Falcons from Atlanta, Georgia. And throughout the night as well, I'll recap everything that happened today in the NFL, plus yesterday in college football. And yeah, once again, thanks for tuning in and watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring and myself, CoolHandLuke96 on social media. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Like, and super heart button, and be sure to share this as well on social media. So, Rollins going for a stomp, it looks like. Ziggler looking on from ringside. Super kick to the chest. Ziggler grabs the bottom of the leg of Rollins. DDT from Rude gets reversed into a sling blade. Now a suicide dive from Seth Rollins to Dolph Ziggler. Rollins, that misses. Spine buster. Double A from Bobby Roode to Seth frickin' Rollins. Kick out at 2.5. So yeah, keep those chat questions and comments coming, guys. I saw those ones that just came on through. I'll read those off here shortly. 27-9 Rams lead the Saints. Glorious. Where's Braun Strowman? DDT, glorious DDT from Rude to Rollins. Covered. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler defeat Rollins and Corbin. Or Rollins and Strowman, excuse me. Corbin in the King of the Ring finals tomorrow night on Raw. That was actually supposed to be tonight, but Corbin against Chad Gable tomorrow night for King of the Ring. Unless they change their mind once again, they're going to have it tonight. Who the hell knows? But Bobby Roode pins the Universal Champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. And Roode and Ziggler pick up the Raw Tag Team Championships over Rollins and Strowman. Now, later on, Rollins is going to have to defend his Universal Championship against Braun Strowman. Strowman now obviously pissed off that they lost the Raw Tag Team titles. Strowman, your heel in the singles match versus Rollins now for the Universal title. Hell, who knows? They might have that match next. I would think they're going to give them some time off, and then they'll have it either co-main event or the main event. But rumored main event is Reigns and Roman. Strowman walks out of the ring just shaking his head towards Seth frickin' Rollins. And new Raw Tag Team champions here at Clash of Champions. Every championship being defended. And Rollins still in the ring. And hey, at least they put another title on Bobby Roode. But I agree with you. Why did WWE ruin Bobby Roode? Well, they just did because they ruined a lot of superstars. Just simple as that. There's nothing else to it. They just, for some reason, they did. I mean, we knew what he was capable of. We knew what he did in TNA. We knew what he did in NXT. We know what he's capable of. And then, obviously, he was in a tag team with Gable. They break that up. Now he's in another tag team with Ziggler. They're Raw Tag Team champs now, but eventually they'll break up and go their separate ways. And then maybe potentially at that point they'll give Rude a push that he finally deserves and have him be WWE Universal Champion. Charlie Caruso now interview with Braun Strowman backstage. WWE Championship match tonight. Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. Actually, the question of the day on Gridiron Ring's Facebook and Twitter pages. Be sure to go vote on that poll. Early game headlines: Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, and Russell Wilson all had great games. The first and the last of those three were winners. Murray now 0-1-1 as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. They tied last week against the Lions. The Lions won today over the Chargers. Cardinals losers, though, against the Ravens in Baltimore earlier this afternoon. This is WWE Reaction, and you're discussing football. Oh, well, I'm doing both. I don't know if you're still listening or even watching, but with my new 2TV setup that I have, NXT premieres live this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 8/7 Central, only on the USA Network. Caleb Braxton now backstage. But with my new 2TV setup, thank you for those likes, super likes, and super hearts as well. Yes, new champions, Rude and Ziggler, new Raw Tag Team champs. Becky Lynch interview backstage. Yes, it is a WWE reaction along with football as well. So this is a WWE reaction and you're discussing football. Yes, but with my new 2TV setup, I'm able to watch two events at once and discuss and do live reactions, public play of both at the same time. So hopefully that is all right. So yes, a crazy start to Clash of Champions. It was a little crazier just a little bit before that. AJ defended against Cedric on the kickoff show. I don't think AJ Styles has ever wrestled on a WWE pay-per-view kickoff show up until today, but AJ still retained in the end anyways. Yes, Dolph and Robert Roode. Bobby Roode more so than Dolph. With them as a tag team, I get it. Okay, yeah, we'll say they deserve it. Bobby Roode, though, does deserve a championship because that goes back to why did WWE ruin Bobby Roode? They just did. Yes, I heard the same thing. Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan is the main event. What a way to start the show, indeed. Thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching. Share this on social media. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag WWE Clash, hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL 100, Rams, Saints, and America's Game of the Week on Fox. 2 blowouts for Fox at 4:25, weeks 1 and 2. Don't know next week if Fox or CBS will have a 4:25 game. But however, next week the Rams play at the Browns on Sunday night football. Browns play at the Jets tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. The Jets without quarterback Sam Darnold due to mono. Saints call their first timeout of the second half. Now a city promo for the respective city that WWE's in. Charlotte, North Carolina this evening. Charlotte Flair going up against Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Next we'll have a SmackDown match because it is Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton, and we will actually have Bayley and Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. 3 for 3 prediction-wise for myself. I know I said I didn't record and do predictions, but however, I still did predictions. 3 for 3 though, so far. I picked Drew Gulak to retain, I picked AJ to retain, and I picked Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, to defeat Rollins and Strowman to become the new Raw Tag Team champs. So 3 for 3 on the night so far. What do you guys think the best match of the night is going to be? You guys have any input on that? Like I said, it should be a good pay-per-view, decent pay-per-view. Card as a whole, I still think, in my opinion, and like I said, everybody has their own opinion, but a little subpar. But what match do you guys think is going to be the best of the night? What match is going to steal the show? Long story short. No Ricochet on the card this evening, so we're not going to get to see the one and only. Joe Flacco with a touchdown and then a 2-point conversion that was good. Broncos on top of the Bears 14-13 from Mile High. I think it'll be good as well. Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, actually the question of the day on Gridiron Ring's Facebook and Twitter page, so be sure to go vote on that. Actually, let me know right here in the comments as well. But with the new SmackDown deal with Fox, thank you once again for those likes, and super hearts. I think it'd be best for business, as they like to say. And I think somebody had said this earlier as well, and I just shook my head to it because I agree with it. And I've been saying it for the past couple months, is to have Randy Orton be your champion moving into the new SmackDown deal on Fox, because more people know who Randall Keith Orton is, Mr. RKO himself. I like this hat too, by the way, because it has the RK and then the O's of Viper head. Actually, the first time I've ever worn this hat too, now that I think about it. But have a superstar that people know and Randy Orton as your champion, you know, compared to Kofi Kingston, because, like I said, I think more people know who Randy Orton is than they do Kofi Kingston. Now here comes the Queen in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte Flair. It'll be Charlotte versus Bayley. SmackDown Live Women's Championship on the line next at WWE Clash of Champions. Hashtag WWE Clash. Thank you. I actually got this on WWEshop.com a while back. Yes. And like I said, now that I think about it, actually the first time I've ever worn this sucker. So, yeah. Nice material too, by the way. I really don't give hat reviews, but yeah, it's a nice hat. So once again, thank you for the likes, the super likes, and the super hearts. Thanks for all the chat questions and comments as well. Yeah, I got it WWE Shop. Same thing with this Bayley shirt that I was talking about earlier. I think it was to you as well, to be honest with you. Because you pointed out, I believe it was you earlier, you had pointed out you liked my Bayley shirt. And like I said, I was going through my shirts and I noticed I had it, totally forgot about it. I'm like, well, you know, she's wrestling tonight, Clash of Champions, doing 2 streams with football, and then wrestling later on with more football. And I'm like, I'll wear that and I'll change my hats up. Where Virginia Cavalier had earlier, with them now being 3-0 for the first time since 2005. And obviously Randy Orton in the WWE Championship match here tonight against Kofi Kingston as well. So I'm like, I'll wear this for the nightcap then. Speaking of purple, and this is actually a Bayley NXT shirt, which she was in NXT too, by the way, about 4 years ago now, as Bayley makes her entrance. Charlotte is actually wearing purple this evening. So, yeah. There's those car dealership balloon thingies, whatever the hell you want to call those, during Bayley's entrance. Yes and no. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I've said this before on here. My number 1 is Alexa Bliss. 2, now that you got me thinking about this, 2, I know I said Mickie James in there as well, either 2 or 3, but then there was somebody else as well. I'm trying to think of some other WWE women's wrestlers. Are you guys noticing, if you're watching Clash of Champions with me and listening to my live reactions in the meantime as well, are you guys noticing with the lighting for the introductions for the matches, they go dark and then it's just light around the ring, and then they go, you know, full light again. Something different. Obviously, they're testing it out, but yeah, Alexa won, and then it was Nikki 2, I believe, and then I can't remember who I had at 3. Like I said, I'm trying to remember all the women's wrestlers in WWE right now. Michigan, Wisconsin on Saturday at noon on Fox in college football for big noon kickoff. Keep an eye out this week as well for my college football week 4 predictions and NFL week 3. Yes, I did in fact know that Alexa Bliss has a pet pig that she posts on Instagram all the time. His name is Larry Steve, too, by the way. Charlotte, real quick, cover 1-2, kick out at 2.5 from Bayley. It's the second match of the 4 so far tonight with very, very quick pinfalls to begin the match. AJ Cedric the same way during the kickoff show. Yeah, I knew that because 1, I follow her on Instagram, and then 2, she had got the pet pig when she was on Total Divas, and I watched Total Divas and Total Bellas, plus everything else professional wrestling related, basically, plus football, sports in general. NASCAR playoffs underway out in Las Vegas. We'll have to see who wins the opening race of that. Also Sunday Night Football coming up in about 45 minutes on NBC. Punt from the Saints. I don't. Bree more than Nikki, yeah, but as a whole, nah. The Rams have the ball. Less than 2 minutes to play. And the Saints are going to fall to 1-1. Rams 2-0. Rams in the victory formation. Goff takes a knee. Rams 2-0 against the NFC South already on the year. 2-0 on the year as well. They defeated the Panthers last week on the road by 3. Now, a blowout for the Saints basically at home, but depending with Drew Brees, if he comes back and plays, we could potentially see this matchup once again in the playoffs like we did last year, because these two teams met twice in New Orleans last year. First weekend in November, and then the NFC title game. Saints won the first one, Rams won the second one. The most important one went to the Super Bowl and ended up losing 2 weeks later to the Patriots. I picked the Saints. Prediction-wise for the NFL, I'll have to check. I know the first 2 games I was 0-2 because I picked the Panthers and I picked the Steelers. They both lost. But then I think I went on a winning streak up until this game right here. So, be about 6, 7, maybe 8-3, minus the Sunday night game and Monday night game tomorrow night. But I'll have to check in on that here shortly. Handshake midfield with Sean McVay and Sean Payton. Hopefully Drew Brees and Big Ben Roethlisberger are all right and they can both come back and play this year for their respective teams. But there's Brees and Goff. Rams, one of the best teams in the NFC. Charlotte is destroying Bayley in the meantime at Clash of Champions. I'm going to turn on NBC, and we're going to watch Football Night in America for a little while before Sunday Night Football begins down in Hot Atlanta, Georgia, between the Eagles and the Falcons. Bayley retains the SmackDown Live Women's Championship over Charlotte here tonight at Clash of Champions in a very weird finish. I don't know if that was a botch by any means or not, but it looks like Charlotte could have potentially just broke her nose. But replay here, Bayley was down, untying the bottom turnbuckle. Charlotte then ran into the ref, and then Bayley face first to Charlotte. A exposed turnbuckle and then a cover with a pin. 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains. So Rams win in the NFC Championship game rematch, 27-9. And then Bayley just defeated and retained Charlotte at Clash of Champions.
Just being a sustained champion in WWE. Another queen will end the fight another day, but this one's going to be hard to digest. I still can't get over how Bayley literally ran out of this. This is the new normal. This is the new normal for the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. And it's sad. Disappointment here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the hometown superstar, Charlotte Flair.
Speaking of WWE Shop, find what fits you. Tonight I only save up to 50% off tees. Some t-shirts, 50% off on WWE Shop. But yeah, that's where I got this hat and shirt, plus most all my other WWE hats and shirts that I have. Ooh, yeah.
Can your boy get an assist? I just want to make sure I'm 100%. No problem.
A little weird, having some trouble pulling up Sunday Night Football. I know it hasn't started yet on NBC, but in the meantime I'll put on the NASCAR race out in Las Vegas and watch that in the meantime as well. So another SmackDown match coming up next, it looks like. Well, actually this past Tuesday, the best in the world, Shane McMahon, faced off versus Chad Gable in a King of the Ring qualifier match for the King of the Ring finals tomorrow night now on Raw. Elias is hurt with a broken ankle. Kevin Owens was the special guest ref. And then Shane lost to Gable. Gable faces Corbin tomorrow. And then Shane turned, attacked Kevin Owens, and then fired him. Kevin Owens was fired Donald Trump style by Shane McMahon. Heard a rumor Owens might be heading back on down to NXT. Say yeah, the Revival versus the New Day next. SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships on the line. I picked the Saints, but it was a good game for a little bit until Breeze went out. And then, obviously, the Rams just... It was closer than what the scoreboard said, but the Rams just pulled away and ended up winning. So, the Rams, one of the top teams in the NFC, probably with the Cowboys right now. Saints probably third. But if Breeze can get healthy, hopefully nothing's wrong with him or Roethlisberger, we could see Rams Saints once again in the playoffs, I do think. Some people happy about the Rams winning. So we'll have to see how they do. Now next week they play at the Cleveland Browns on Sunday Night Football. Sunday night tonight, Eagles, Falcons. New Day making their entrance known in Charlotte at Clash of Champions. Joey Logano leading the NASCAR race out in Las Vegas. This is the first NASCAR playoff race in 2019. And coming up, if I can get it to work for some reason, I'll watch Sunday Night Football as well with the Eagles and Falcons. That was my plan. But if not, oh well. But we'll see. Hell, I could watch Sunday Night Football and then still WWE. Do it the other way, how I originally had it planned, but we'll see. Prediction-wise for myself, though, NFL, Week 2. Last week I went 9-4. So 9-5 after Thursday. And then 9-6 after the first game I predicted earlier today with the Steelers and Seahawks. But today, as the Buccaneers defeat the Panthers and the Seahawks defeat the Steelers, I got both of those wrong. 49ers defeat the Bengals, got that right. Packers also defeated the Vikings, got that right. Colts over the Titans, Patriots over the Dolphins, Cowboys over the Redskins, and then the Baltimore Ravens also defeated the Arizona Cardinals. I got all those right. So I started out 0-2, but then I went on a winning streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I assume the Chiefs won. They were up 28-10. Does anybody know if the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Oakland Raiders? If so, let me know in the comments below. At that point, I'd be 7-2. Bears, Broncos. Broncos scored a late touchdown and then got a 2-point conversion on top of it to go up 14-13. I have to check on that. And then I just got the Saints game wrong. I picked New Orleans over the Rams. So going into Sunday Night Football now this evening, I am 6-3 minus Chiefs, Raiders, and Bears, Broncos, because at this time I do not know the outcome of those games, but I will have to check if no one knows. Lil Nate, the official for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match. 21-6 college football, though, for myself this week as well, as we'll now enter Week 4 next weekend, Week 3 in the NFL next week. Rams at the Browns, Sunday Night Football. Ravens will play at the Chiefs. And Kofi Kingston starts off versus Dash Wilder, a knee to the face. And Kofi, to me, it seems like it feels like this is a it-inspired attire. He's wearing some orange and red and blue and black, but his boots, they look like they're clown feet. So Big E now ringside, clothesline on Scott Dawson in front of the announce tables. Yeah, Kofi looks like he's wearing clown feet, and you can take that for what it's worth, but that's that. Xavier with a chop.
Is the two of you make an excuse after excuse? If Xavier Woods is medically cleared to compete, and he chooses to compete, how's that to retire with Bailey? The kick right to the midsection. Nobody's making an excuse and saying how this all came about.
Patriots play the Jets next week as well. On paper, minus right before Darnold was rolled out for tomorrow night's Monday night game against the Browns. That game on paper, and they play on Monday Night Football October 21st in East Rutherford. Next week's game would be better than what it's going to be put out to be. But who knows? The Jets could surprise tomorrow night with Trevor Siemian. I think Le'Veon Bell is going to get a lot of carries now because Darnold is out. Clothesline on the ring apron from Dash Wilder to Big E, right by the steel steps as well. That had to hurt. Big E real tight. His Iowa Hawkeyes, he played at Iowa back in the mid-2000s. They won over Iowa State last night as well, like I mentioned earlier, with Iowa's own Seth frickin' Rollins. Thank you, and thank you for doing that.
But they're the tag team champions, Saxon. They're targets.
But Pats, Jets next week as well in the NFL. Steelers, 49ers. Steelers last week, they lost by 30 on Sunday Night Football, 33-3. Cover for the Revival on the New Day. Kick out by Big E at 2. The Steelers lost by 30 to the Patriots last week on Sunday Night Football, 33-3. Gave up 340 yards passing and 3 touchdowns to Tom Brady. Today, in a loss at home against the Seahawks, 28-26, they gave up 300 yards passing to Russell Wilson on the dot, plus 3 touchdowns as well. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo today with the 49ers against the Bengals, also out of the AFC North. 49ers 2-0, Steelers 0-2. Garoppolo threw for 3 touchdowns today as well. So, Pittsburgh, you got to get after the quarterback and you got to be able to run the football. Especially now with a young quarterback, if Roethlisberger can't go, you got to establish your run game, which opens up the play action pass. Hopefully they can block for him one to start. It all starts up front, and then do what I just mentioned there. Throw the ball downfield, maybe some trickery like we did earlier today, and then, of course, obviously get after the opposing quarterback, like I said. But, hell, they couldn't do that last week. They couldn't do that today, even though they had 3 sacks in the first half. None in the second against Russell Wilson. He picked them apart in the second half. It was a better second half than it was first half. It was 10-7 at halftime. Seahawks won 28-26. I don't know who the Seahawks play next week, but if you know, let me know. But yeah, the Steelers play on the road in San Francisco against the 49ers, who put up 41 today. So you can't get after the quarterback. You can't cover the receivers downfield. Whoever the quarterback is, I don't care if it's Helen Keller, for God's sakes, they're going to pick you apart. So another cover from the Revival and another kick out. Joey Logano was leading the race last I checked. Keep those chat questions and comments coming. Like, follow, subscribe, Gridiron Ring, and myself, Coy and Luke96 on social media. Chat questions and comments always greatly appreciated. Like, and super heart button. Plus, share this on social media. A rare Sunday night playoff race in NASCAR out in Las Vegas. A couple weeks back, Labor Day weekend from Darlington, the night before Labor Day, they always have a night race. Last week they raced at Indy at the Brickyard. 7 p.m. start time for this race. 4 p.m. local time out in the desert. But do what you got to do. It goes for anybody. If that means share this or subscribe on social media, do what you got to do. Dash Wilder now in the match. Big E belly to belly. Xavier Woods back now on his feet on the ring apron. Hot tags made for both tag teams. Xavier versus Scott Dawson. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton later tonight for the WWE Championship. Super kick. Knee to the face. Clothesline from Woods. As Dash Wilder went up, down, out of the ring. DDT from Woods to Dawson. Cover. 1, 2, kick out. Actually, Dash Wilder breaks it up. Revival attacking Big E ringside. Drive him into the post.
pushing to learn the maneuver, but Big E once again got to be considered a non-factor. And the approach is cognizant too. Remember, Titus can only change hands with a kickball or submission inside the ring. Or is it needed to revitalize to get back inside the ring? Big E has been neutralized for the moment. Anytime this is a bad situation for Xavier Woods.
Big E down and out ringside. Revival make a tag back in the ring. Woods fighting back though in the ring. Chop block to the back of the left knee of an injured Xavier Woods now. Big E still down ringside. Revival make another tag. Woods basically by himself because the Revival Shatter Machine on the floor ringside in front of the announce tables. Another Shatter Machine now in the middle of the ring. Dawson with a cover on Woods. What the hell? Why aren't you covering him? Cover him. He's down and out. Now they're going to go work the left knee of Woods a little bit more. Take the knee brace off. And now maybe a figure 4 or figure 8. Actually ripping the pants of Xavier Woods. And now have Woods in a submission. Will he tap? If he does, the Revival are your new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Where's Big E at? He'll be coming in the fold here soon, I would think. He's been down and out for a good while. And Woods taps out. Revival are new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Say yeah. 2 brand new tag teams as your tag team champs on both Raw and SmackDown here tonight at Clash of Champions. A little surprised by this, don't get me wrong. But say yeah. Revival. SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions for the first time ever in their career, I do believe. They'll be changing everything over from SmackDown Live to Friday Night SmackDown now. So SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships will just be the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. They'll do away with the live part of it. Even though Friday Night SmackDown will be live on Friday nights starting October 4th. Revival now with mics in their hand. Finally. Revival says the WWE Universe, us fans, are welcome. Well, thank you. Somebody's going to come out. Some returning tag team that we haven't seen in quite a while. Or even a potential tag team to start a feud, regardless in the end, anyway, with the Revival is going to come out. SmackDown has been revived with the Revival as your new tag team champions. No more stupid trombone or hip swivels. Will Kofi retain later on tonight now? That's the big thing.
Later tonight, you guys got this treat here, but later tonight, an even bigger treat. There's going to be a brand new WWE Heavyweight Champion when Randy Orton extinguishes...
That is right. The Revival and Randy Orton are teamed up now, basically.
Give me a second.
It's like WWE went back in time 10 years when it was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Kofi Kingston. Now it's the New Day with Kofi Kingston. But then it's Randy Orton, Scott Dawson, and Dash Wilder, the Revival. But the big question is, will Kofi retain? If he does and Orton wins, like I think he will, you have... Damn, Alexa looking good. Alexa cosplaying a little bit. Just as she normally does, but Alexa and Nikki interview, Nikki Cross with Charlie Caruso. Now the microphone literally right in Alexa's face, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple memes about that later on. There's R-Truth as the cameraman, along with Carmella. Shout out Big Cass. And Truth, the 24/7 champion, has the title around his waist. Alexa Bliss telling everybody that R-Truth is on the set with the WWE 24/7 Championship. Now R-Truth getting chased. There's Hawkins and Ryder, a couple other guys, Drake Maverick. He says thank you. Women's tag titles on the line tonight as well. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. WWE Hell in a Cell promo now. Enter if you dare. We'll see if they have a red cell or just a regular cell. Escape if it lets you. I assume we'll have 2 Hell in a Cell matches at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in a couple weeks. WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view streaming live on the WWE Network Sunday, October the 6th at 7. And Fire and Desire now. The women's tag titles on the line next. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville with a dual entrance with the 2 of them, unlike both of them getting a single entrance apiece. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Have Randy Orton potentially as your champion, though, moving into Fox. Like I said, in my opinion, would be best for business. And then have the Revival by his side as the tag champs. And then with Kofi and the New Day, the first episode of SmackDown on Fox, have one of them turn on somebody. The draft the following week on the 11th and 14th respectively. We'll see what happens. It's all hypothetical. Nikki Cross Sanity entrance. She kept the music. Eric Young hasn't been seen in quite a while. Killian Dane over... Or actually, he's down in NXT. Alexander Wolf's over in NXT UK. Now here comes Alexa Bliss, one half, the other half of the women's tag team champions, along with Nikki Cross. I actually saw them win these championships on Monday Night Raw a little over a month ago now. Videos from that Monday Night Raw that I attended, plus all other wrestling events that I've attended, are over on Gridiron Ring's YouTube channel. Be sure to check those out. Also, like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96. on social media.
Defend the tag team titles here tonight against Fire and Desire. Mandy Rose looks to just be a face.
It's going to take a lot more than that to get the job done here tonight, Gray. It was an amazing winner. Yeah.
Following contest scheduled for one fall is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Fire and Desire. And their opponents, they are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the team of Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Ladies and gentlemen, so far tonight at Clash of Champions, 2 titles have changed hands. Both tag team championships, the Raw and SmackDown titles, will Bliss and Nikki Cross suffer the same fate here in this matchup tonight. Let's not forget how mean Mandy Rose was to Nikki Cross this past Tuesday on SmackDown.
That was absolutely despicable. What are you laughing about?
The truth hurts, okay?
The truth? First of all, I thought we all moved past that kind of trash talk.
I didn't bring it up. And Nikki going right after Mandy Rose. Nikki had some vengeance on Tuesday night, knocking off Mandy in that one-on-one matchup. Mandy had some choice things to say about Nikki Cross's looks.
Highlights now of some more football. Rams and Saints.
And Mandy Rose.
And it just went final a short time ago. Yeah, Breeze tried gripping a football. He can't even do that. So I am able to watch both Sunday Night Football and WWE now after some technical difficulties just a short time ago. 49ers 41-17 over the Bengals. Women's tag title is on the line. Trying to see if I can get some scores of those other games on whether or not they have gone final or not. I assume they both have, and I assume that the Chiefs won and the Broncos won, but I could be wrong. See if they pop up on the bottom of the screen here real quick before Carrie Underwood, along with Joan Jett, kick off week 2 of Sunday night football. Cover from Alexa. Mandy with a tag. NFL 100, Sunday Night Football Week 2, Falcons hosting the Eagles. These two teams last year actually kicked off the year. Alexa and Mandy, the insider of all inside things dream match. Kickoff is next from Atlanta. Match continues in Charlotte with Clash of Champions, Women's Tag Championships. Alexa Bliss with a cover 1-2 and a kick out. Now the 24/7 championship, everything being drug out in the ring now. Alexa Bliss with a roll-up cover on R-Truth, 1-2 and a kick out. Alexa Bliss almost became the new 24/7 champion. Carmella now on the back of Truth, running away. Match continues with Bliss, Rose, Cross, and Deville. So the 24/7 championship getting involved during this match. Sonya with a kick to the midsection of Alexa, cover 1-2 and a kick out.
About the team of Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, it's a mutually beneficial. It's a mutually beneficial team.
You don't think that Alexa and Nikki is a mutually beneficial arrangement?
I'm like the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are friends, but it's more like Regina George, Katie Haynes in the situation. Whereas you've got Mandy Rose, God's greatest creation, and a world-class security system in Sonya Deville. It works for everybody.
And Alexa Bliss never wants to see that buzz.
And it could be all this away from winning the tag team championship here at Clash of Champions. And again, great double team action here by the team of Rose and DeVille. There's the power of Mandy Rose, the wonderful suplex.
Vertical suplex from Mandy to Alexa, and then Sonya with a running knee cover, 1-2 kick out.
Alexa's got to get over there to Nikki Cross. So far away.
Now Sonya lays scissors wrapped around the waist of Alexa Bliss. DeVille's so dangerous in the ring, MMA background.
Those are slow in this match, right down to work in her favor, but Bliss is trying to fight out.
Got to get less credit fighting out of this. Oh, and a kick right to the midsection. And here comes Rose. This is an aggressive here tonight.
This vicious sophomore can clearly fire.
Quick roll up from Alexa, cover 1-2, and then a Mandy Rose kick out. A double knockout punch with Alexa Bliss and Mandy Rose.
Simultaneously. Wonder who that would be. I was an EMT once. Mandy dragging herself to the corner. Takes it down. Nikki Cross. Yes, here's a different way about her in the ring. Very
Nikki Cross back in the match against Sonya Deville. Back body drop. Cowboys defeated the Skins by 10, 31-21. Matthew Stafford with a game-winning touchdown pass over the Chargers. Bills 2-0 in MetLife Stadium this year. Defeated the Jets last week. Defeated the Giants today. Bills are 2-0 on the season. Jaguars came up a point shy against the Texans. 13-12 your final. In H-Town, just some highlights on Football Night in America before Sunday Night Football begins. Mandy with a cover, 1-2. Nikki Cross breaks it up.
You guys know. Alexa driving the top of the card. Nikki's leaving. Nikki Cross down going to try for the top again. It's a roll through. DeVille blasted off the apron. Mandy missed with the knee.
Time for Nikki to catwalk. Closes one out.
Oh, look at this with the top.
Bears, Broncos. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss retain in the meantime at Clash of Champions. And the Bears, with a game-winning 53-yard field goal on the road and Mile High, the Bears win. Wow. And the Chiefs also win 28-10. That score did not change. All right, Bears win. the Bears over the Broncos in the Vic Fangio Bowl. Rams also won. Now it's time for Sunday night football. Just some replays of the match that just got over with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Nikki with the pin on Mandy. The Chiefs won, and then the Bears won on a game-winning 53-yard field goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 3 heading into Sunday night football for myself. Record-wise, I can either finish anywhere from 8 and 3 to 10 and 5. Or 8 and 5 to 10 and 3, excuse me. Yes. Anywhere from 8 and 5 to 10 and 3. So it might be 9 and 4 again, week 2, just like it did week 1. We'll see. 13 games, 2 consecutive weeks, Friday the 13th this past week. Hopefully, Freddie and Jason didn't come get you. Philadelphia across the board, except for Mike Tirico. He picked the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Tirico, the only NBC analyst, picking the Atlanta Falcons this evening for Sunday night football. Connor's Cure. ConnorTheCrusher.com, September Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. Here come the Falcons and Eagles now from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the host of Super Bowl 53 this past year. And we'll have kickoff with Sunday Night Football next. They did not. Revival, new SmackDown Live tag team champs. So 2 new tag teams as your tag team champions. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And the Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson.
Phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles, but the United States champion would insist on an exclamation point. The Styles retaining the United States title.
New Day lost. New Day lost. Revival, new SmackDown Tag Champs. Highlights from the kickoff show earlier with Drew Gulak retaining and AJ Styles also retaining their respective Cruiserweight and United States Championships. What happened so far at Clash of Champions? Give me 1 second and I'll let you know. Sunday Night Football about to kick off. Make sure this is working correctly so I can watch both events at once.
3-on-1 and assault by the OC.
One second, yes, 1 second. Quiet on the set, though. Can we please have quiet on the set? Next, it'll be Miz and Shinsuke Nakamura. Intercontinental Championship on the line. So far, at Clash of Champions, as we get the aerial shot of downtown Atlanta, Georgia. It is a battle of the birds this evening on Sunday Night Football. Eagles, Falcons. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Football. International announced teams. Wow, Sunday Night Football. That gives you chills right there. Last week they did the same thing with the Patriots and Steelers. With it being NFL 100, I'll get to results for Clash of Champions here within seconds. Bear with me. But some images and videos celebrating 100 years of the NFL with their respective teams. So last week for the Steelers, like they had the steel curtain in that shot. Tonight for the Eagles and Falcons, back in the day with the Eagles with Randall Cunningham, and then the Falcons, when they were in the Super Bowl back in the 90s. There's Al Michaels, and he's going to be joined by, here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Capoya, on the field. Miz entrance still going on as they go through all the international announced teams. But on the kickoff show, Drew Gulak retained his Cruiserweight Championship. He is still your Cruiserweight Champion. AJ Styles over Cedric Alexander to retain the U.S. title. That match was actually announced middle of the week last week after both Raw and SmackDown, and then was moved up to the kickoff show. Then Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler became your new Raw Tag Team Champions over Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Rollins and Strowman face off later tonight for the Universal Championship. Then Bayley over Charlotte retained the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Revival over the New Day, new SmackDown Live Tag Champs as well. And then Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss just defeated Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville to retain the Women's Tag Championships, leading into the next match with The Miz and Shinsuke Nakamura with his new manager, Sami Zayn, who got tombstoned and chokeslammed straight to hell last week on SmackDown by the Phenom, the Dead Man, The Undertaker himself. So Sami Zayn makes an appearance here tonight, Clash of Champions, in a neck brace as Miz is awaiting his opponent, Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion, the King of Strong Style. So that's all that's happened so far. To answer your question, still have Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan. Now here comes the Intercontinental Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Highlights from last week on SmackDown: Sami Zayn interrupting The Undertaker from Madison Square Garden and then getting chokeslammed straight to hell.
Weighing in 221 pounds representing in
Charlotte is awesome t-shirt. It seems like Miz is the new Brock Lesnar Suplex City guy with whatever city they're in. Suplex City, you know, Pittsburgh, PA, NYC, Dallas, Texas, so on and so forth. Whatever city they're in. For the Miz, it's that city. Charlotte is awesome. Orlando is awesome. Chicago is awesome. Looks like we're going to continue with Sunday Night Football along with Peyton Manning and Tide. We'll have commercials for that throughout the night, it does seem like. NBC Sunday Night Football about to kick off. Falcons hosting the Eagles in Week 2. NFL 100 continues. Zayn on the mic as this match gets underway. Flashback to the divisional playoff game a year and a half ago in Philadelphia. Eagles don't win this, they don't go to Super Bowl and beat the Patriots. I remember exactly where I was this day. Remember exactly where I was. Made a day trip to an unknown place. Came back, caught the tail end of that game. Eagles won. Beat the Vikings the following week in the NFC title game. 2 weeks later, defeated the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And then last year, these two teams kicked off 2018 from the link in Philadelphia on Thursday Night Football, also on NBC. Now the Falcons get to host the Eagles tonight on Sunday Night Football. Dan Quinn versus Doug Peterson. Falcons lost last week to the Minnesota Vikings on the road. Vikings lost to the Packers earlier today. Eagles came back from down 17-0 against the Redskins. They won. They're 1-0. Falcons 0-1. Redskins lost to the Cowboys today. Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, Julio Jones, Carson Wentz. Committee at running back. We'll have to see who really establishes themselves as the number one. Alshon Jeffrey at wideout, plus a lot of other receivers with Nelson Aguilar and then Zach Ertz at tight end. I think tonight's Sunday game is going to be better than what people think. I do. Philadelphia will kick off, and Atlanta will receive. Falcons going to be going right to left across the television screen. We're underway from Atlanta. Touchback going to be 1st and 10 from 25. Running knee from Nakamura to the Miz. Falcon offense, Matt Ryan, Boston College. Mohamed Sanu also in Atlanta, along with Calvin Ridley and Austin Hooper at tight end. Some knees from Nakamura to the Miz, some it kicks. We're going to have 2nd and 7 next after a 3-yard game. Second and 7 from the 28. Ryan looking to throw. Has a man complete. 1st down. Falcons gain of 8. That was Hooper, the tight end. Freeman with a 7-yard gain. Kick out from Nakamura as this Intercontinental Championship match continues here tonight at Clash of Champions. Second and 3. Bubble screen to the top of your screen. Mohamed Sanu, gain of 5. First down, Falcons. Miz and Nakamura, DDT from the Miz. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2 3/4. Atlanta driving here early on. Replay of the DDT from the Miz. Miz holding his left arm. He's probably a little happy that the Browns aren't playing Sunday night tonight during Clash of Champions. Browns host the Rams, though, next week on Sunday night. Now, tomorrow night on Raw, they play Monday Night Football against Gang Green and the New York Jets. Yes chance during the it kicks from the Miz now on Shinsuke Nakamura. Quick roll up from the U.S. or the Intercontinental Champion, Kick out at 2 from the Miz. Miz was about ready to go for a skull-crushing finale. Nakamura reversed. Kick of his own. And a German suplex off the rope from Nakamura to the Miz.
Respect for true combat power from Shinsuke Nakamura. It's like watching an artist truly work. You're over here clinging to the fact like the Miz is still an A-lister. He's practically done side for it at this point. This is when Shinsuke picks him out of his knee.
Man in motion at the 40. Nakamura going for Kinshasa, and the Miz moves out of the way. Kinshasa does not connect. Miz now with a figure 4. About to turn that into figure 8. And Nakamura trying to reverse it. Nakamura grabs the bottom rope. Matt Ryan going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Quick roll-up, cover 1-2, kick out. Now a running knee to the back of the head of Kinshasa from Nakamura to the Miz. Cover 1, 2. That Miz kick out at 2.5. The Kinshasa to the back of the head of the Miz after a distraction from Sami Zayn in the ropes. Sami still with his neck brace on. Working good as a manager here tonight at Clash of Champions. Hashtag WWE, hashtag WWE Clash when you share this on social media. Nakamura going for another one. Miz moves out of the way. Skull crushing finale. Miz with the cover. And Sami Zayn from behind. 1, 2, 3. Miz should be your new champ, but Sami Zayn was a distraction on the ref. And no count, no pin. Nakamura now rolls to the ring apron. Miz going to go attack Sami Zayn, it looks like. Matt Bryant back with the Falcons at kicker. Miz chasing down Sami Zayn. Then a kick to the Miz from Nakamura from behind. Bryant kick up and good. 3-0 Falcons. Kinshasa to the Miz. Cover 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke Nakamura retains the Intercontinental Championship tonight at Clash of Champions. Good match. Very good match. All the matches so far this evening, I thought, have been decently well. Number one trend worldwide, though, on Twitter. Hashtag WWE Clash. Be sure to use that hashtag when you share this on social media. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Encyclopedia Sports, Coolhand Luke 96, on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and right here on Periscope. If you don't have any of those social media accounts, make one. It's not that hard. All you need is an email. Nakamura, you're still your Intercontinental Champion. I wanted Miz to win too. Oh, hell yeah. The new WWE Friday Night SmackDown commercial for Fox, with kids impersonating WWE wrestlers. The best one is an RKO on the mannequin in the store. Bill's Mafia. The dead man has risen. What the Rock is cooking. Stone Cold ET in on that commercial too. That's funny. That is hilarious. We're all superstars. Friday Night SmackDown coming to Fox, October the 4th. 2 weeks from Friday. And it seems like, from what I've been hearing, Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be your announcers on SmackDown on Friday Night SmackDown. Breaking. The destinies of WWE superstars will be determined during a 2-night WWE draft taking place live on Friday Night SmackDown on October 11th on Fox, and on Raw Monday, October the 14th on the USA Network. They announced that a couple hours ago on WWE Twitter. I saw it after the first stream earlier this afternoon. Raw Women's Championship match next, Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. He does deserve another title run. Carson Wentz, North Dakota State. Miles Sanders, Penn State. Miles Sanders starting at running back this evening for the Philadelphia Eagles, the rookie running back wearing Saquon Barkley's number 26 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Second round pick. As he starts out, grew up on the western part of the state, went to Pittsburgh, from Pittsburgh, went to Penn State in college, and then drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, who are in the eastern part of the state this past year. We got pass complete Zach Ertz. Am I getting the new WWE game, or do I play games in general? Well, playing games, I would love to play the game. I would love to face off against Triple H. But yes, no, I do play video games. However, I haven't played any in quite a while. Obviously busy with this and other things going on in my life. Normally I get Madden when it first comes out, and then there's another game I normally get. It might be WWE. If I don't get WWE when it first comes out in October, as we see a video package with Sasha and Becky going back all the way to NXT back in 2015. I'll wait a couple months at that point and then get it. Now, hell, this year, like I said, I normally get Madden when it first comes out. I didn't get Madden this year. I'll end up getting it later on. But like I said, I really haven't played a whole lot of video games as of late, so I do play games, video games, yes, but I don't think this year I'll be getting the new WWE game. But who knows? I might surprise myself and go out and get it. I don't know. Exactly, to that last comment. Exactly. So, especially during football season, I watch football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Wrestling as well. Monday was Tuesday. That's going to be Friday. Monday, double on Tuesday, or double on Wednesday now. Nothing on Tuesday, Thursday, but then wrestling on Friday. But then there's football Thursday, both college and the NFL. Plus I do my predictions for Gridiron Ring on YouTube. Plus all my recaps. Plus all my streams right here on Periscope. Plus everything else going on in my life, like I said. So, probably not, to be honest with you. But like I said, I might go out and get it. AEW coming to TNT on TV October the 2nd. Wednesday, October 2nd. NXT on the USA Network starting this Wednesday, September the 18th. The first hour, this Wednesday and next Wednesday, the 25th, will be on the USA Network. Then hour 2 will be on the WWE Network. And then starting October the 2nd, that's when AEW will be on TNT. And we'll have a Wednesday Night War. AEW on TNT from 8 to 10. NXT on the USA Network from 8 to 10. Sort of one of the main reasons why I went out and bought another TV to watch 2 events at once, so I can watch both AEW and NXT at the same time. Brock going to be on SmackDown. Very well could. Wouldn't be shocked about that whatsoever. Brock Randy Orton, well, WWE did make that happen a couple years back, and at the end of that match, Orton was left bloodied in the ring, and then they essentially teased a feud with Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon. However, that has yet to happen. Now here comes the man, Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion. She's facing off versus Sasha Banks this evening at Clash of Champions. A handoff to Miles Sanders, and then he ended up getting a couple yards out of that, but it was a bad handoff from Wentz. 3rd and 7 for Fly. Eagles. Fly. Pass incomplete. Far sideline. 4th down intended for Alshon Jeffrey. Becky getting a huge ovation at Clash of Champions tonight. I don't get why people like Sasha. Hopefully she loses. But she'll probably win. If not tonight, she's going to win the title. One of the titles sooner rather than later. Becky will probably win tonight. This is probably what they'll do. Becky will win tonight. Sasha and Bayley are back together once again as a team, basically. Eagles down at the 1-yard line, so the Falcons will begin at the 1 with the end zone to their back. 3-0 Falcons lead early on in the first quarter. But then Sasha's going to turn on Bayley, or Bayley's going to turn on her, and then we're going to get that for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match to kick off the new SmackDown deal on Fox. There's a lot that they can do. I've said numerous times a lot of different things, because really it's anymore for wrestling day by day on what they really could do for all their storylines with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all the pay-per-views, with AEW coming in the fold, trying to be better than them. We'll see if they do indeed be better than them. But everything happens for a reason. So, bell rings, Sasha gets slapped by Becky here early on in this match. Still have a couple more matches to come here tonight at Clash of Champions. We have Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton. That's actually the question of the day on Gridiron Ring's Facebook and Twitter page. Seth frickin' Rollins and Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, and then Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan in a no DQ match. So after this, only 3 more matches, and hell, it's only 20 to 9. This pay-per-view is going to be over by 10 o'clock. 10:30 at the latest, like they've been in the past. Probably since after WrestleMania, because Mania was long. Mania was like 7 hours, 7.5 hours. But hell, SummerSlam got over around 10:30, if I'm not mistaken, a month ago. So Kingston, Orton, Rollins, Strowman, Reigns, Rowan. That's still yet to come here tonight, Clash of Champions. A full start by the Falcons backs them up half the distance from the 1 to the half-yard line. So, first and long, play-action pass out of the end zone for Matt Ryan. Pass complete for 5 yards at the 6-yard line. Sasha Banks in control of Becky Lynch.
Get up to her feet.
Got a challenge flag now from, that is Dan Quinn. The Atlanta Falcons are challenging pass interference on the Philadelphia Eagles. And they might win this. That looks like a pass interference to me on the Atlanta Falcons against Julio Jones. A animated Addams Family movie coming to theaters about a month from now. I was never really high on the Addams Family to begin with, so I probably won't go see that. However, the week before, new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I'll probably go watch that, I bet. Becky with a reversal, somewhat of a drop kick to the midsection of Sasha Banks as Sasha jumped off the top turnbuckle. See a replay of that. That's exactly what happened. Now both women down and out.
Got a 6 now by the official. Sasha as well. Sasha reached the right hand. Saw the expression on the face of Becky change. Lynch down.
Hockey is back officially tomorrow. Hockey is back with preseason hockey. Regular season begins in October. But, well, rolling on the field stands incomplete. No pass interference on the Philadelphia Eagles. Falcons now without a challenge and a timeout here in the first half. Pass complete though at the 20 to Ridley. First down Atlanta. But the Penguins and Sabres actually play here in Happy Valley tomorrow at Pagola Ice Arena. Terry Pagola, the owner of the Buffalo Sabres, is a Penn State alum, donated money to the university to build an arena for the hockey team, and then a additional donation to have the arena named after him, the Pagola Ice Arena, right next to the Bryce Jordan Center, over in University Park, which is right next to Beaver Stadium. The Sabres, this is the third consecutive year now, one preseason game of the 5 that each team plays, I think. One of those games, the Sabres have played a home preseason game right here in Happy Valley. 2 years ago, it was against the Penguins. Last year, they played the Wild. Now, tomorrow, they play the Penguins once again. Sasha, double knee off the top rope. Cover, kick out at 2 from Becky Lynch. That was close. Dump off from Matt Ryan on 3rd and long. Gain of about 5. He's lucky. 4th down, Atlanta will punt.
She wanted this moment, she wanted the spotlight, she wanted the individual success, she wanted the championship, she has that opportunity. If you demand the keys to the kingdom, you better be prepared to rule.
Sasha's new mantra, not afraid I was born to do it, it's put into effect.
Double knees, drops Becky, and now Sasha again on the attack and Lynch is in trouble. Continues to go, but continues to be effective. Rolls Becky to the center of the ring again.
False start on the punt. Becky now has Sasha in a disarmor. Quick roll through for Sasha though. Kick out at 2. Disarmor once again for Becky on Sasha Banks. Sasha puts her right leg on the bottom rope for a rope break.
Extra few seconds, inflicting a little more damage on the arm of the challenger. Great sequence by these two women superstars. And I think they're basic drop kick to back.
Smart move by Becky. Keep bringing that fight back. It's hurt.
Yeah, Becky full speed ahead, not slow down for anything.
Drop kick off the top rope from Becky to Sasha. Cover 1-2 and a kick out.
Sasha looks to dethrone Becky Lynch right now.
Iron sharpens iron. Here we go.
This is awesome chance. Yeah, this match has been alright. Nothing spectacular though. Best match of the night so far, if you ask myself. Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman was a good match. Revival, New Day as well. I mean, other than that, Nakamura and Miz was pretty good. Still have Kofi and Randy to come, along with Seth and Braun and Roman and Eric. Sasha has Becky in a crossface. The bank statement is locked in. Becky trying to reach for the bottom rope. Now, okay, a quick roll up, a 1 count, and then a break up with the two superstars. Sasha now grabbing a chair, throws that in the ring, grabs another chair, and hits Becky with it. Ref did not see it. Sasha with a running knee cover, 1-2 kick out at 2.5 by Becky. Even after the chair shot, Sasha can't believe it. Carson Wentz looking to throw near side complete at midfield. Gain of 8, just shy of the first down mark. Zach Ertz with the catch. Handoff. First down, Philly. Might just be a yard shy. That's enough for a first down. Jordan Howard with just enough to move the chains for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the ref is down and out. Becky with the chair, attacking Sasha with it. Now Becky chasing Sasha around the ring, ringside with the chair. Sasha now climbing into the crowd, up the stairs. They will fight into the crowd this evening in Clash of Champions. Wentz pass incomplete over the middle. Third down. Coming up. Becky and Sasha still fighting. I don't think so. Sasha tapping out, but they're fighting in the crowd. Ref is down and out in the ring. I don't believe this match is over. It might be a setup. Yeah, I mean, maybe. If they fight at Hell in a Cell, I don't think it's going to be inside Hell in a Cell by any means. Now fighting into the concourse area. Becky chasing down Sasha Banks. Now dumping mustard on the back of Sasha Banks' back. I'm sure that's not the only condiment she's had in that area before. Now they start fighting back down into the crowd. Security telling the crowd to move away from the steps so Sasha and Becky can fight their way back down into the ring. So no, I don't believe the match is over. Maybe. Yeah. They might say that though for Raw or SmackDown though too. One of them turning, like I mentioned earlier. We'll see. Carson Wentz gets sacked. And it's going to be the Atlanta Falcons ball here very shortly. Actually, an interception from Wentz, excuse me. What the hell was I thinking? He did go down, but I didn't see him get rid of the ball. He did throw it downfield, and then it was intercepted at the 10-yard line by the Falcons. So it's Falcons ball. Falcons ball around the 8. Wentz holding his midsection. Hopefully he didn't break a rib or anything. They have Clayton Thorson as the backup, but they got rid of Nick Foles, folks. No big dick Nick Foles anymore in Philly. And a toss play for Atlanta on 1st and 10, gain of 1. Becky and Sasha continue to fight. Becky with a kick to the midsection. Now Becky with the steel chair in hand. Hits Sasha over the back. This match must be over because there is no ref in sight anymore. And Becky now sitting down in that steel chair. Whacks Sasha's head off the chair. Armbar, Sasha taps. Armbar, Becky sitting in the chair. Armbar on Sasha in the meantime. Now more officials come out and break up the hold. Becky's still your champion. The match just basically ended. Becky gets her title and now leaves the ring.
As a result of striking an official, Becky Lynch has been disqualified.
Becky Lynch has been DQ'd by striking an official. Still the Raw Women's Champion, the man, Becky Lynch. Well, if Becky was DQ'd in a title match, shouldn't she lose the title? That makes no sense, right? Am I right or am I going crazy on that? I get if the match ends in DQ by somebody else so they can save the champion. But if the champion ends the match by disqualifying herself, shouldn't she lose the championship? Am I right or am I right? There's the Animal, Batista, Drax, now in Gears 5. I must be thinking of something else then. Definitely, yes. Obviously, they keep the title on Becky, but for some reason, I'm thinking if the champion disqualifies herself, shouldn't she lose the title? Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I was thinking that. Hey, it is what it is. Obviously, Becky was still going to walk out tonight as your champion. Next at Clash of Champions, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, WWE Championship on the line. Then next, I assume it'll be Rollins and Strowman in the co-main event. Then Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan in the main event. Obviously, thinking about it, they want controversy. They want people to tune into Raw and SmackDown this week. NXT on Wednesday as well. 2 weeks from Friday. Friday Night SmackDown comes back on Fox. The draft, October 11th, October 14th. Sasha's probably going to go to Bayley. They'll turn on one another. Becky, I mean, they might have Lacey with her once again. Maybe Charlotte with Becky. It's really just what they want to do moving forward towards Hell in a Cell. You have the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view on Halloween this year, so I've heard, and then Survivor Series. Maybe Ronda Rousey's going to be coming back. Maybe it's going to be Ronda Becky. Maybe they're going to have Evolution 2. Another all-women's pay-per-view that I won't watch. Who knows? Pretty cool in Atlanta. They just talked about the old baseball stadium where the Braves used to play at. They tore it down, but they kept the diamond. It's actually etched into the parking lot against the interstate. And then there's a plaque where Hank Aaron hit number 715 to become the all-time home runs leader. However, was surpassed by Barry Bonds. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Share this on social media. Chat questions and comments always greatly appreciated. Video package with Orton and Kingston dating back 10 years when it was Orton and Legacy versus Kofi Kingston. Now it's Orton and a Revival versus Kingston. Third and 1 for the Eagles. Wentz pass completed the 15. Nelson Aguilar. The Apex Predator, a future Hall of Famer in the WWE, the Legend Killer, Mr. RKO himself, Randy Orton, making his way down to the ring for his match against the WWE Champion, Kofi Kingston. How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you guys for tuning in and watching my live reactions, play-by-play of WWE Clash of Champions, along with Sunday night football, Eagles and Falcons.
We're talking about one who was targeted the family of Kofi Kingston. kid. I don't want you to be here tonight. Go on vacation. Enjoy yourselves. I don't want you to see what I do to Randy Orton. There's a name for what happened to Kofi's family, Saxton. It's called collateral damage. Kofi Kingston has one of the biggest targets in sports entertainment around his waist. And Randy Orton has spent just as much time with the potentially more at the top of the mountain. Just a few more steps on top. For the part of Randy Orton, they spent over 3 full years of his life as a world champion in this company. Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 150 pounds. He is the Apex Predator, I think that did wonders for the confidence of the WWE Champions. That's what you want Kofi for the last week. That's fine. But the fact is, both of these superstars need to be on the lookout for the opening bell for another finishing move. Randy with the RKO that can be hit from out of nowhere. Kingston's going to look for that trouble and paradise that can take anybody out. This match was presented by Gears 5. Well, in the edition of Gears 5 on October 28, 2019 to receive the Batista multi-player character. It's all about the WWE Championship here at Clash of Champions. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton.
Bell rings, match underway. Gears 5 has Batista in it, if you did not know. This is for the WWE Championship. Hashtag WWE Championship on social media. Gridiron 18 and Cool Hand Luke 96 as well. And Orton and Kingston lock up to begin this match. A touchback for the Eagles against the Falcons. Tie ball game 3-3. Number one trend worldwide, hashtag WWE Clash. Thanks for tuning in, everyone here tonight. Flag on the play, out at the 32-yard line. Holding on the offense, on the Atlanta Falcons. The appearance schedule, the travel, the perfect win. The guy in WWE is Kofi has been finding out since WrestleMania. Randy plays every weakness in Kofi's game. And how that has equated to his foot. Great elbow rush to the cheek there from the February Randy Orton. Right back on time against it. This is exactly the place that Randy Orton wants to be. Julio Jones on the reception. Gonna be just shy of first down marker, second and 1.
Continuing to bring the fight. Already rolling himself on. And then Randy Orton wisely rolls out of the ring.
Orton walking back up the entrance ramp. Kofi still in the ring, standing on the turnbuckle. As Randy Orton's left side of his head, including his eye, got a little banged up on that last hit. Kofi with a chop to Orton. Matt Ryan looking to throw near side. Jones goes up and gets it. Did he come down with it? They say catch. Julio Jones with a hell of a catch on Sunday Night Football against the Eagles. Tie ball game 3-3. See a replay of that. He caught it. Left foot, right foot inbounds. That's a catch. And no challenge by Philadelphia. Even if they were, they didn't get it out in time. Quick pass to the top of your screen. Calvin Ridley, now an injured Falcon, down on the field. He's trying to get up, but can barely stand. And now they're going to try to get him to the sideline. Orton shoves Kofi off the ring apron into the barricade. Orton mocking the WWE champion in the ring. Orton now rolling out of the ring.
Chevy here is forging power quality updates across cars, trucks, and SUVs than any other brand over the last 4 years. So on behalf of Chevrolet, I want to say thank you, real people.
Seeking out his favorite form of punishment. Randy Orton knows the rules all too well.
Orton in control of Kofi. Vertical suplex on the floor ringside. Orton rolls back in the ring, rolls right back out. Orton now back body drop on the German announce table ringside. Orton in control of the WWE champion right now during this match. Another back body drop. Cover, 1, 2, kick out.
And it just continues to spiral downhill for Kofi Kingston. Brutalized on the outside of the ring by
That's pretty good.
Kofi with a drop kick off the middle turnbuckle. Orton now down on one knee, holding his left arm. Referee now coming to check on the Viper. Orton with a kick. Throws Kofi into the ring post. Almost a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan overthrows Ridley in the back corner of the end zone just by a hair. Orton with his pose in the corner, rolls out of the ring, rolls back in, rolls back out, going after Kofi Kingston. That would have been one hell of a catch if Ridley was able to come down with that in the end zone for a touchdown, but just a little too far. Ryan, same area, incomplete once again. Overshoots his intended target for the second consecutive play. Falcons will bring Matt Bryant out to kick another field goal. Kick and shanked completely to the left. Not even in the same state. Matt Bryant misses the 50-yard field goal. Still a tie ball game, 3-3. Snap. Hold, and then it looked like Bryant slipped a little bit and literally just kicked it to the left of the goalpost. Completely shanked the ball. Nowhere near where it should have went. Not a good sign for the Falcons at the offensive line position. Injured player now getting carted off into the locker room. Kofi and Randy Orton, no WWE Championship match. Kofi off the top rope, takes out RKO. Intercepted by the Falcons. 40-45. And flag comes out as he gets tackled. Kofi from behind with a slap to the chest of Randy Orton. Another chop with a drop kick now. Kofi in control. Orton just got clotheslined from the WWE Champion, holding on the return. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Falcons will keep the ball after the INT. First down Atlanta, 10 yards after the hold. Leg drop from Kofi. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Kofi went for a trouble in paradise. Backbreaker, though, from Randy Orton, cover one to kick out. Orton going vintage, no. Kofi throws Orton over the top rope ringside. No DDT. Kofi over the top rope takes out Randy Orton. Ryan pump fakes, 12-yard completion to Calvin Ridley, first down and 10. Atlanta as they move the chains. Sunday Night Football, 3-3, Eagles and Falcons here in the first half. Kofi now, top rope, splash. Orton rolls it through, cover 1-2, kick out by Kofi Kingston at 2.5. Orton with a drop kick of his own. Cover 1-2, kick out once again by the WWE Champion.
Weighing his options and deciding which method of destruction to deliver next. Randy Orton has been through more than anything.
Orton and Kofi at a standstill. Orton with a right hand. Reversed though by Kofi. Reversal. Once again, some kicks now from the champion. False start on the Falcons. This is for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston. Randy Orton. SOS connects, kick out at 2. Matthews in the house this evening watching Jake, another great Matthews boy playing in the National Football League.
I do deserve to be WWE champion. You can't doubt me any longer. Kofi Kingston now going up to the top turnbuckle.
Off the top turnbuckle. Touchdown Falcons in the meantime. Ryan finds Ridley over the middle in the end zone for a Falcon touchdown, 9-3, pending the extra point after the turnover. Orton now with Kofi. Top turnbuckle. Vertical suplex on the way, more than likely. Orton fighting back. Probably got an hour left of Clash of Champions, to be honest with you. Finish this match off, and then Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, Universal Championship on the line, and then Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan in a no DQ match. We could see The Fiend, and then Daniel Bryan as well. Power slam from Randy Orton. Can change that quick. Cover 1-2. Now Baker Mayfield cutting his own grass at First Energy Bank Stadium in Cleveland with a push mower. A man should cut his own lawn. It's your house. Protect it. Progressive. Subway. Eat fresh. WWE Clash of Champions. Share this on social media. Hashtag WWE and then hashtag WWE Clash. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring and myself, Luke96 on social media. Vintage Orton with a DDT from the second row. Like, super like, and super heart button as well. Thank you for those. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. I think the Browns are going to win tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. I do. It would be a better game if Sam Darnold wouldn't be out. I assume you're talking Monday Night Football, so I'll answer it like this. But since Darnold's out, I picked the Browns to begin with, but with Darnold out, it was like the next day they announced that he was out after I recorded and uploaded my predictions over on YouTube. I'm still picking the Browns. Orton went for an RKO. Kofi rolled up Orton 1-2 and a kick out. A Pele to the back of the head in the corner to Randy Orton for Kofi Kingston. But, I mean, even though Trevor Simeon's a 13-11 starting quarterback record-wise, 30 touchdowns, 24 interceptions, you know, he's not bad. RKO from Orton on Kofi Kingston. Cover. 1, 2. Kofi gets his leg up on the bottom rope. Jeez. That close to becoming WWE champion once again for Randy Orton. An RKO out of nowhere. And then Kingston gets his leg up on the bottom rope. I think the Jets are going to run Le'Veon Bell a lot tomorrow night because Darnold's out. Simeon hasn't played for a while. He was good in Denver. I actually saw him play in college at Northwestern. He wasn't bad there under Pat Fitzgerald. Clayton Thorson, the most recent Wildcat quarterback, now backing up Carson Wentz in Philadelphia. They're down to the Falcons 10-3 now on Sunday Night Football. But he played for the Broncos, and that's where he paid his dues at. That's where he made a name for himself. He's not that great of a quarterback, but he's not that bad either. Like, he's reliable. Now he's in New York. Played for the Jets last year, or the Vikings last year, now with the Jets. Orton, is he going for a punt kick for the first time in God knows how long? He does, but Kofi moves out of the way. Trouble in Paradise connects. Cover for Kofi on Orton. 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston retains over Randy Orton tonight at WWE Clash of Champions. Wow. Good match. Probably the best match of the night so far, for sure. Who's stupid now, says Tom Phillips. As leading up to this match, Orton was like, stupid, stupid, stupid. Kofi stands tall, though, and defeats RKO here tonight at Clash of Champions. Up next, either Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, or Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan. Whatever one isn't the co-main event's the co-main event, because that's all that's left here tonight at Clash of Champions 2019. Jets, they'll run Bell a lot though tomorrow night, going back to that. But I'm still picking the Browns to bounce back after, even if they would have Sam Darnold. It'd be a better game if they did have Darnold against Mayfield, 2 of the top 3 picks in last year's draft. The other, Saquon Barkley, the Rookie of the Year last year in the NFL, beating out Mayfield. And then his first 2 games this year having over 100 yards rushing in each game, last week against the Cowboys and then today against the Bills. At home, some replays of this match that just got over with. Second down for the Eagles and Carson Wentz. Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, that's the rumor. That's been the talk. To set up a match with either Rollins or Strowman. Drew McIntyre healthy enough to be coming back as well, too, so maybe him. But Fiend versus one of those two at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. they'll set that up here tonight. I would think so. Yes, I can agree on that. Yeah, definitely. But Browns, they lose by 30 last week. They'll use that as momentum to show everyone that they're not the Browns of old on Monday Night Football tomorrow night in primetime on ESPN in New York City against the Jets. So, Browns-Jets tomorrow night on Monday Night Football in NFL 100 this year in 2019. Street Profits backstage celebrating Kofi's win. But Monday Night Football tomorrow night, Browns and Jets, that was actually the first ever Monday Night Football game played back in 1970 as Monday Night Football is celebrating 50 years this year. So, Browns win. Baker Mayfield making plays to Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr. downfield. Nick Chubb running the ball. Browns will bounce back. So hopefully that answers your question. Street Profits are backstage. They're a damn good tag team. No longer NXT Tag Champs. We'll see what they do with them, either with the draft or have them on NXT. But they're good wrestlers, but just all this promo shit backstage, it's getting old. It is getting so damn old. That's all they've done with them since they've got caught up. Now the Street Profits channeling their inner Lion King when Simba is being held in the air. King of the Ring finals tomorrow night. There's King Booker T. Hear ye, hear ye. Baron Corbin or Chad Gable will be the new King of the Ring tomorrow night. That was actually supposed to be tonight, but they moved it to tomorrow now. Definitely Corbin. I don't like Chad Gable. Definitely Baron Corbin. Corbin was one of my first picks from the start. It was either him or Drew McIntyre, or Ricochet or Samoa Joe. So, what did he just say? Booker T telling the Street Profits to get their mind right. I didn't even hear what they said to him. And then Booker T with, can you dig that, sucker? Yeah, I didn't even catch what he said. Did you guys catch what the Street Profits said to Booker T there? If you're watching Clash of Champions right now as well. He didn't pull Vince McMahon on Booker T, did he? Next, it looks like it's going to be Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan in a no disqualification match. Daniel Bryan, I bet, is going to come out. Actually, Clash of Champions official theme, Champion by Bishop Briggs. Shout out to him. Co-main event is Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan. No DQ. Daniel Bryan's going to come out, I believe so, to screw one of them over, to set up a potential Hell in a Cell match with Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan, maybe even a triple threat between the three of them. And then in the main event of the evening, it's going to be Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Strowman, who actually kicked off the show in the Raw Tag Team Championship match, a match they lost to Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. So new tag team champs on both Raw and SmackDown here tonight. But, however, in the main event, Rollins will defend the Universal Championship now against the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. At that point, the Fiend Bray Wyatt will probably come out, set up a match with either Rollins or Strowman at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. Depends on what they want to do with Drew McIntyre, because when McIntyre does return, he's probably going to face off versus Rollins. At that point, you put the title on Strowman, have Bray Strowman. I don't know if that makes sense, though. That's Wyatt family, if they ever want to get them back together. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell, especially with NXT coming up on USA now. 2 weeks from Friday, the new SmackDown deal comes into play over on Fox. Friday Night SmackDown is back. Then on October 2nd, AEW is coming in the fold as well on TNT. They got to go up against that every week. Draft is back on October the 11th and 14th. So it really just all depends on what they do. I mean, it's all hypothetical all the time. You know, we can predict all we want. They're still going to do what they want to do. So we'll see what happens. But Wentz, with an incomplete pass, Eagles down 10-3 here to the Falcons in the first half of Sunday Night Football. And thank you guys for watching my live reactions play-by-play here this evening. If you tuned in earlier this afternoon, thank you. If you're just now tuning in, thank you. All the support is always greatly appreciated. If you have a chat, question, or comment, let me know. Be sure to share this on social media as well. Hashtag WWE, hashtag WWE Clash, along with hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL 100. Well, he broke his ankle, so I heard. So, a broken ankle, to get back in regular shape for a normal person, you know, he's going to be out for a little while, long story short. Because for a wrestler, he breaks his ankle, he's got to get back to full strength, but then get back into ring shape. Who knows, they could still have him do promos backstage and stuff, but then obviously no contact. So we could potentially still see him on TV, but probably what's going to happen, he's going to be out of action probably, God, for probably a couple months, I would say. I mean, it really just depends on how bad it is, but what I heard, it was a broken ankle. So, Roman Reigns, here comes the big dog. We had a hold on Atlanta. That's half the distance to the goal now for some reason, they said, I do believe, right? Yeah, that'll be the day. That'll be the day, as John Wayne said in The Searchers, which inspired Buddy Holly to actually write the song. But, yeah, there's no way in hell that's happening. If he did, that'd be pretty sweet, to be honest with you. Did Elias ever... I know he wrestled with IWC, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-based company, but did he ever wrestle in this area like before he got to WWE, because the only thing from what I've been able to find, the only wrestler that's big time now that actually wrestled here in town was Johnny Gargano, because he's based out of Cleveland, and they were running some events here like about 10 years ago now, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it again, but I did see that within the past couple years, so I knew that, but oh, for sure, no doubt about it, yeah, hell yeah. Especially where he's at right now. I mean, I don't think WWE's going to allow that, though. I mean, do you really think WWE's going to allow that? I mean, I know they've allowed some superstars to go do some things, you know, for some, you know, smaller promotions that they used to be with. But you just don't see that a whole lot. Okay, I'll have to, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sick. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find the other thing that I'm talking about Johnny wrestling Johnny Gargano. Now here comes Redbeard Rowan, who they just recently changed his name back to Eric Rowan. And for some reason, to me tonight, doesn't it seem like they changed his entrance music again? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going crazy tonight, trying to keep up on all this football and professional wrestling here this evening. 10-3. Clayton Thorson in the ball game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Or that's Josh McCown, excuse me. Josh McCown. Josh McCown now on his 1,000,000th team, first year in Philadelphia, came out of retirement actually. And the match now officially underway. The big dog Roman Reigns actually attacked Rowan before the bell rang. Bell now has rung. Match underway. This is no disqualification. Anything can happen. Anything goes. Daniel Bryan, I do believe, is going to interfere to set up a match potentially against Reigns at Hell in a Cell, potentially against Rowan at Hell in a Cell, potentially triple threat between the three of them at Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell. But you have to check that out there. I mean, if obviously, you know, what's this? They let the Hardys do a show after they won the WWE tag titles in a show. Yeah. Like I said, they've done it before for some superstars. It really just depends on who it is. I mean, hell, they've done it. I mean, just recently, I remember they did it for Angle. You know, he did the one, you want to talk about IWC, he did the one show for them, or one of the other companies down around that area. You know, he made an appearance. He didn't wrestle or anything. Maybe they could do that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember they were in Meadville, the Hardys, yeah. Yeah, Sting was at that one. He's always at one of those. Because that's that... well, that Big Time Wrestling also comes to Altoona as well. I mean, hell, this time last year, early October, Bret the Hitman Hart was over there. I mean, Kevin Nash has been over there before. I mean, they've been able to get, you know, big names, but not really when they're on or under performing contracts with the WWE. You know, it's normally older guys. Hardys, a little bit of an exception, because at that point they still had bookings before they came back to WWE. And then they did all those, and then they were hurt back and forth after they came back. And like I said, they allow it. Sometimes it just really just depends. What I was going to say, if obviously the town was a little bit bigger and there was a scene for professional wrestling, you know, and they didn't have a problem drawing. But that's the problem anywhere you go anymore. I mean, it's just not really around here. I mean, hell, these big companies, WWE and everybody in between, they're having trouble drawing fans. People just aren't as interested in it today as what they were once before. But, you know, at that point, they could get a bigger name. But hell, at the same time, there's been big name people that have rolled through town before. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Exactly, yeah, they get the retired older guys that are washed up, but they'll still draw. Like a couple weeks ago, and I was planning on going to it, because the Curve, the Altoona Curve, AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates, they normally have a wrestling night. DQ match with Rowan with Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan continues, almost halftime here Sunday Night Football. But a drive-by on the ring apron by Reigns. They normally have a wrestling night. They had Mick Foley a couple years ago. They had DDP last year. This year, all of a sudden, real late announcement, Mick Foley ended up coming back because they didn't have a wrestling night this year. It was for a thing called Aaron's Ride, I do believe, or something like that. Rowan takes out Reigns in front of the announce tables, and they raise like almost $15,000 for a girl who needs a wheelchair van. So I was planning on going to that. I was going to get a picture, autograph, a video for the YouTube channel, but that was almost about a month ago now. Came down with a summer cold at the end of August and was sick basically all weekend long, and it was on a Monday night, and I just got over that basically, and there'll be another time for all that down the road, hopefully. Maybe for Mick Foley once again, maybe even somebody bigger. But it would have been sweet to meet the hardcore legend himself. So, but yeah. Backlund, yeah, he was. Yes, he was. I remember you telling me about that. Yes, you are correct. Oh, they have a show this upcoming weekend. I didn't know that. Yeah, let me know how that goes. Yeah, I did not know anything about that. I knew they had one, it was a week before All Out for AEW, and that Nyla Rose, who is now facing off for the AEW Women's Championship on October the 2nd, the first night AEW is on TV on TNT, she was actually here in town a couple weeks back, unless obviously something got changed, if they had a change of plans and she didn't show up or something. But yeah, I knew she was supposed to be at that. So I mean, she's a decently big name right now. But yeah, I didn't know about the one coming up this weekend. But yeah, let me know how that goes for sure. I'll have to check in on that though too. Is there any big name people supposed to be at that by chance? Do you know? Oh, she's supposed to be here again. Okay. All right. Sweet. I think AEW, to be honest with you, I mean, they're coming to Pittsburgh in October, and I think eventually, obviously WWE really doesn't come around here a whole lot anymore. They do, but they don't. AEW is going to take advantage of cities, I believe so at least, that WWE doesn't go to. So maybe AEW is going to roll around, have some events around here, but who knows? I mean, if it happens, it happens. Alright, sweet. That's even a little sweeter because it's right here. I saw last night, who was it? Some indie wrestler was having his final indie show last night in New York City somewhere, and that's how Big Cass got brought back on up into the news with wrestling, because basically blew all it off and was drunk in the meantime. The cops were called and everything else, and was basically just being rude to the guy. And in the meantime, they were giving him a farewell send-off because he's going to WWE. I can't remember what the guy's name is, though. I absolutely can't, for some reason, can't think of that. But he's going to be going to WWE, not Big Cass. He's not going to be coming back anytime soon. Neither him or Enzo. But he's going to be like a trainer or a coach or something like that at the Performance Center or on the road. Something along those lines, I think. Field goal by the Eagles here to close out the first half. 41-yard field goal attempt up and right down Broadway, 10-6. The Falcons lead the Eagles at halftime. Yes, he did sign with them. As far as I know, he did, at least. Yeah, I mean, that's a week and a half after they start TV. The thing is, steel steps now being thrown into the ring. This is a no DQ match. Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan. The thing is, it really just depends on how early they're going to put him on TV. They might bring him in. They might not have him on TV for 6 months. You know? Like, with NXT, for instance, they sign all these guys. They might not make their NXT TV debut when it was on the WWE Network. It still will be on the WWE Network on tape delay for about a month. Samoan drop for Reigns, cover 1-2 kick out. Actually, the 18th this Wednesday, NXT starts on the USA Network, and then the 25th as well. The first hour is going to be on USA, and then the second hour is going to be on the WWE Network still, because there's a conflict with a show on USA right now, I think. But then on October 2nd, when AEW is on TNT, USA is going to have NXT for 2 hours as well. Wednesday Night War, 8 to 10, with those two programs. I mean, he still might. But, I mean, especially it's AEW, it's not WWE. But the thing is, though, too, like, they'll still grant you those appearances because you already had them booked. Or they might pay it off and give that company money, and then it's a win-win for both in the end anyways. But, yeah, with that being a week and a half after they start TV, it really just depends on how early they're going to have them on TV. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, he is signed with All Elite Wrestling, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, that's for damn sure, from what I've seen at least. So, you just got to let everything play out. I don't know how AEW is going to be on TV. Is it going to be, you know, how their pay-per-views are? I've watched all 4 of their pay-per-views so far, with All In, or with Double or Nothing. All In was last September before AEW came together. It was Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend, and then it was Fyter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, and then All Out a couple weeks back. Really? He hasn't wrestled in, good God, probably what, 8-10 years? Powerbomb by Rowan to Reigns through the announce table in this no DQ match. And Rowan with a cover 1, 2, oh my, that was close. Kick out at 2.5. I thought that was 3. That's big. Yeah, he hasn't wrestled in shit. Like I said, probably 8-10 years. Or has he? And I just didn't know about it. But John McCauley, Sebastian, for everybody that does not know, from the area, a former substitute teacher of mine as well. He, I guess, according to a source, is making his return to IWC. Is that who he wrestled for back in the day on the independent scene? He is making his return to IWC for his homecoming in Clearfield on the 12th. That's pretty sick. Do I think he'll make that show on the 12th? Well, Penn State plays at Iowa that day. That kick time is still to be announced. I will be doing live reactions, play-by-play of that game, one way or another. Friend of mine is actually more than likely going to be going out to Iowa City this year, and for some reason, I don't know why, obviously would want somebody to go with him to it. He wanted me to go, but I ended up saying no. So I don't know right now. I mean, that's a month away. It just depends on what else I have going on that weekend. But that's pretty sick that he's going to be coming back. But Sebastian, John McCauley, he actually wrestled on WWE TV before. He wrestled against Kurt Angle on an episode of SmackDown. And that is on the WWE Network. I have to go find it and tell you exactly what episode it is. But, yeah, he wrestled Angle on national television. Did you say something else and it just didn't come through? Because I know damn well I saw it pop up on my phone. The last one I got from you is, do you think you will make that show on the 12th? I'm pretty sure I saw another one come on through there. So for some reason it didn't come through on my end. All the other ones did. All the other ones did. Rowan turning into a cameraman here this evening. Now, Reigns with, what the hell is that? What the hell was that? Was that like a, I don't know what the hell that was. Now, Reigns with the camera. A clothesline to Rowan. Another clothesline with the camera. Halftime Sunday Night Football. Yeah, for some reason, I'm pretty sure you said something else. I saw something else come on through. But it's not here for some reason. Oh well. If you wish to retype that, or if you didn't, I mean, hell, I might just be seeing shit now. I don't know. If you want to retype that, let me know what you said. Let me know. Reigns with Superman punch, now going for a spear, but Rowan, actually, who the hell is that? That's Luke Harper. Luke Harper is back. Luke Harper with a big boot to Roman Reigns. The Bludgeon Brothers are back. Luke Harper. Jesus, months. It's been almost like a year. Clothesline from Luke Harper to Roman Reigns in this no disqualification match. So this is legal. You resent it? Well, for some reason it still hasn't come on through. I don't know what the hell the deal is. I'm getting other comments now from other people. Plus I got all your ones before. I don't know. Rowan with the win over Roman Reigns after help from Luke Harper. Hell yeah, Harper's back and looking better than ever. before. The Bludgeon Brothers are back. How was my reaction on that? That was... Actually, just DM me on social media. I mean, if you want to do that, it doesn't matter to me. How was my reaction on that, though, with Luke Harper? Because it looked like it was Rowan, because they're both dressed in the... They're both dressed in similar attire this evening, both dark shirts and dark pants. And I didn't see the face. They had the camera right on it. Perfect, just perfect. And Harper with a big boot to Roman Reigns to take out the big dog, and then a clothesline in the middle of the ring as Harper returns to help out his bludgeon brother, Rowan. Luke Harper is back. Eric Rowan defeats Roman Reigns here tonight at Clash of Champions. It was spot on, alright, that's pretty sick. Main event coming up next with Seth frickin' Rollins and Braun Strowman. Here, let me check on my phone. Go back old school like I had to back in the day when I first started live streaming right here on Periscope. Check out these older comments on my phone here real quick, potentially. Maybe, I don't know. If it's going to let me. No, that's not going to work. I'll get to... I'll have to look at it, because I know it came through on my phone. Okay, so sorry for the difficulty there. But for some reason, it didn't come through on my laptop here, where I check out all the comments now. But once I go back and watch the replay, see here, what time are we right now? A little past 10 o'clock, so just a little past 3 hours in, I'll go in and watch the replay. Because I know it came through. I saw it come up on my phone, but it just didn't come through over here on my end of my laptop. And I'll have to see what... See, that came through. That's all right. I don't know. Maybe it was too long or something because I got I resent it, and I'll try again. Who knows? Social media. I mean, media in general, even with all this Wi-Fi and internet, it's just, it's nice, but then it sucks at the same time. Like, it's now. Sunday night. Do that. Yes, do that. Do that on Twitter, because I have Twitter pulled up right now, and I'll be able to check that out. Send it to the other account, though. Send it to Gridiron 18 on Twitter, because then I'll be able to see it here live right now on Periscope in the meantime, and be able to read it live on the air with the main event of the evening coming up next. Second half about to start as well. Sunday Night Football. Falcons lead the Eagles 10-6. Now here comes the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Yeah, but for some reason it didn't come through on my end, so I don't know why it did that, but yeah, sorry about all that. But if it's alright, it's alright. So instead of Daniel Bryan, we had Luke Harper come out and interfere in the no disqualification match and side himself with Eric Rowan once again as the Bludgeon Brothers reunite. Rowan defeats Reigns at Clash of Champions. Main event next, actually right now, with Rollins and Strowman for the Universal Championship. Eagles received the second half kick and then a fumble on the kickoff. Falcons now first and goal after a long run from Devontae Freeman. See what we got here. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know why. It just didn't come on through for some reason. Like I was saying, like all this nice stuff, you know, like all this internet and just everything, you know. It's nice, but then it's, you know, shitty at the same time sometimes. I knew that. I knew the last part of that, okay. Okay, it hasn't wrestled in 4 to 5 years. Close enough. Yeah, he wrestled on SmackDown against Kurt Angle back in 2004, I believe it was, 2005. Yeah, I knew he wrestled for him down there. Main event time, Clash of Champions. Keep those chat questions and comments coming. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring and myself, GoHaneLuke96 on social media. Matt Ryan, touchdown pass. Julio Jones, 16-6. Falcons lead. The Birds from the city of brotherly love. Bell rings, match underway. Strowman going to town here early on the champ, Seth Rollins. Share this on social media as well. Hashtag WWE Clash. Rollins with a super kick. Another super kick. Strowman down on one knee. A super kick once again. Rollins going up top. Splash from the top rope. And then Strowman with a kick out at 1. What about Sasha? What about her? She lost. Sasha lost to Becky as Becky was DQ'd, but she is still your champion. Hashtag Universal Championship. Strowman in control in the main event. Will the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, interfere? Or will it be somebody else? Maybe Brock Lesnar. Eagles with the kick return once again. Out to the 25 goes, that is Miles Sanders, the rookie running back out of Penn State. Well, the Rams won, so, I mean, would you rather have the Rams win or the Saints or Sasha Banks to defeat Becky Lynch? I know you're happy about the Rams winning earlier, so I figured I'd throw that in there. Sasha, she'll win something eventually. Strowman goes shoulder first into the steel post. Rollins with a knee off the top rope. Jordan Howard with the carry on 1st and 10. Rollins with another knee off the rope. Strowman down on one knee. Rollins, top turnbuckle. Strowman catches him. Chokeslam position. Now with a clothesline. Martin Truex wins. Thank you. I was watching a little bit of that after the Rams-Saints game got over before Sunday Night Football began. So Martin Truex Jr. wins the NASCAR race in Las Vegas to kick off the NASCAR playoffs in 2019. He'll probably be sitting in the Final Four come Homestead, Miami, the Sunday before Thanksgiving now, I bet. He's automatically into the next round after the win. So Martin Truex Jr., big win for number 19 in his first year with Joe Gibbs Racing. Gibbs, former head coach for the Redskins, won a couple Super Bowls, and he's the only player, or only person, and they mentioned State College, PA on Sunday Night Football because of Miles Sanders. He grew up in Pittsburgh. He's from the western part of the state, came to Penn State right here in the central part of the state, and now he's playing down east with the Philadelphia Eagles in the National Football League. Wearing Saquon Barkley's number 26 as well for Philadelphia after he took over for Saquon last year. Ended up being a second-round pick this past year in the draft by the Philadelphia Eagles. But Joe Gibbs, he's the only person ever to be inducted into both the NFL Hall of Fame and the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He's got a damn good crew with him at Joe Gibbs Racing, with Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., and Eric Jones. Rollins in the ring. Strowman just went flying over the announce table. One of the two that's still standing. Suicide dive. Strowman into that announce table. Rollins back in the ring once again, going for another suicide dive, it looks like. Thank you guys for watching this evening. Share this on social media. 17-6 Falcons lead the Eagles, 2nd and 17 on the way. Now Strowman takes out that announce table. What else is new in the sports world? The Pirates ever going to sell the team? Strowman catches Rollins. Rollins drives Strowman to the steel steps. The announcers go flying over the barricade to get the hell out of the way. Now Strowman laying on the third and final announce table that is still standing. Rollins going to be going up top now for a splash, it looks like. Yeah, are the Pirates ever going to sell the team, or who's going to win the World Series this year? Do you have a thought on that? Wild card race coming down to the wire as baseball will end 2 weeks now from today. Thank you for those likes, super likes and super hearts. Really haven't watched a lot of baseball though recently because of football starting and the Pirates sucking. You have your bets on the Dodgers. I saw Mike Trout, season-ending foot surgery today, but the Angels not in contention. He should be good to go opening day next year in 2020. Ohtani shut down once again as well. Strowman with a splash off the top rope. Jesus fucking Christ. Strowman now holding his left knee. Rollins hurting a little bit as well. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5 by the Universal Champion. You think the Dodgers as well? I mean, the NL side, I mean, what? The Dodgers are the only team in baseball as a whole to clinch a playoff spot. Dodgers, Cardinals, and Nationals lead their respective divisions. And then wild card, it's coming down to Milwaukee and the Cubs, right? Brewers and Cubbies. Phillies are also there with the Mets, but they're on the outside looking in, along with, there's somebody else. Or maybe there's not. I think that's it. And then the AL, you have the Astros out west. You have the Yankees and Rays. And then the Twins and Indians, right? And those are your 5 teams. Stroman now in a headlock. Stroman bleeding from the face. Stomp from Rollins to Stroman. Cover 1, kick out. Right, you have the Yankees and the Rays. One of those will be a wild card. And then you have the Astros, they'll be the division winner out west. And then you have the Twins and Indians. Another stomp. Cover 1, 2, kick out. And those 2 wildcard teams, one of them's going to move on. You'll have 4 for the 2 divisional playoff games, and then the 2 winners there will meet in the ALCS and vice versa for the NL. Get your wildcard team. Oh, the Braves are there too, aren't they? In the NL. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Who knows? Another cover, kick out at 2.5 once again. Jesus Christ. A 500-pound splash off the top rope. I'm surprised the rope or the ring didn't break. They didn't go with Brock Lesnar Big Show on that. Once again, thank you for those likes and super likes. Keep those coming. Also, share this. Chat questions and comments. Always greatly appreciated. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring, Gridring 18, and myself, Go Ahead and Luke 96. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and right here on Periscope. It would have been, but people would have known it was scripted done at that point, because that's happened before. Rollins going for a pedigree. Pedigree on Stroman from Rollins. Another stomp. Rollins with a cover. 1, 2, 3. Seth frickin' Rollins retains over Braun Strowman to retain his Universal Championship. Rollins, victorious, defeats the Monster at Clash of Champions. Is the Fiend Bray Wyatt going to come out, or is it going to be Drew McIntyre? Or are we just going to get closing credits? Rollins leaving the ring, walking up the ramp. Replay of the match. Here's that splash from Strowman, literally off the top rope on Rollins. Good match. Still, best match of the night, though, for myself. I thought it was Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. Rollins stands tall. Closing credits to end Clash of Champions. Lights go out. The lights go out. Crowd going crazy. And it's the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has Rollins in a Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail on the top of the ramp from Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, to the Universal Champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. And they will fade to black with Wyatt standing tall, hovering over Seth Rollins, now giving him the mandible claw. Hell yeah. Wyatt attacks Rollins after Clash of Champions. The Bray Wyatt laugh to end the night. And that's Clash of Champions 2019, folks. It does look like Hell in a Cell. Inside Hell in a Cell. It's going to be Seth Rollins and the Fiend Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship. Hell yeah. They'll probably have McIntyre come back, defeat Strowman, number one contender for the two. Rollins will face the winner again later on down the road. That was fucking awesome. That was. Yeah. Bray Wyatt is awesome. I've always loved Bray. Always. And then they screw him over a little bit. He goes away. And then he comes back as the Fiend with Firefly Funhouse, which is just awesome as well on top of everything. Because literally, basically it's a two-faced character. One point he's all nice and sweet, and then the next, you know, he's just... I don't even know how to describe him. Like, it's just... I'm still getting so used to it, you know? He's only been the Fiend for a couple months. Firefly Funhouse has been around since after WrestleMania, but the Fiend since, what, middle of July? About 2 months now? Like, he faced Bray, or Wyatt faced Finn Balor at SummerSlam. Like, that's really his first opponent. He's been taking out legends left and right, too. But he hasn't done anything since, basically. But he's just like this psychotic type of person that just has two different personas. That's just awesome because you don't know what the hell you're going to get. Yeah, I guess you could say that too. But, like, it's just awesome. Like, it's just something totally different. We've never really seen that before. We have, but we haven't. You know? Sunday Night Football. 5 minutes to play in the third. The Falcons lead the Eagles 17-6 to close out week 2. Still Monday night tomorrow night. But Clash of Champions, good pay-per-view. A little bit better than what I thought it was going to be honest with you. Drew Gulak, still your Cruiserweight champion. Becky Lynch defeated Sasha Banks to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley retained as well over Charlotte in the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross over Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Fire and Desire, still your Women's Tag Champions. Revival and Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, brand new Tag Team Champs. Revival on the SmackDown side, Roode and Ziggler on the Raw side. Nakamura retains over The Miz to retain his Intercontinental Championship. AJ defeated Cedric Alexander, still your U.S. champ. Kofi over Randy Orton. Seth Rollins retains as well in the main event. And then Eric Rowan defeats the big dog Roman Reigns after Luke Harper returns. And then the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, attacks the Universal Champion at the end of the show to end the night. And that's Clash of Champions, folks. Been a good day in football. Touchdown by the Eagles in the meantime. Will they go for 2 to make it a 3-point game? Or will they just kick the extra point? Let's see the replay. Wentz with a touchdown pass over the middle. That was to Nelson Aguilar. 2-point conversion on the way. Bray had this gimmick planned out way before. Yes. Yeah. He put it on the back burner a little bit. I did hear about that. Yeah. All for sure. It was just really 2-point conversion. Wentz keeps it himself, and he's going to be... They give him the 2-point conversion. 17-14 out. It looked like he was going to be short of the line of the game, short of the goal line. But it was really just, when was the right time to pull it out and use it. And after, everything happened with them not basically using him the right way, this is what he came up with, and already came up with it basically, and went ahead and pulled the trigger on it and moved ahead. And it's been a worldwide phenomenon in the wrestling world. Everybody loves it. Like I said, it's just something totally different. Like, we've really never seen it before. Like I said, we have, but we haven't. Like, Firefly Funhouse is like Blue's Clues, but Bray Wyatt WWE edition. And then the Fiend, okay, I get the mask. Like, a couple guys have had masks before. I get lights going out and, like, The Undertaker coming out and stuff like that. And Mick Foley's used the Mandible Claw before and everything else, but, like, it's just flat out awesome is all it is. But I'm going to have to get myself a Bray Wyatt mask, that's for damn sure. Come Hell in a Cell, mark my words, there's going to be a Bray Wyatt mask right behind me. Hell, I might even wear it. We'll see. That thing would be pretty damn hot with all this beard that you guys see. NFL Shop, as we see an NFL Shop commercial during this commercial break during Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Falcons. 17-14, 5 minutes to play in the third. Probably going to come down to the wire. Hell, I even had a dream about being trapped in Mandible Claw by the Fiend, Bray Wyatt himself. What, did you get out? Obviously you did, because you're watching this here tonight. But that's where I'm going to leave everybody here now tonight and this weekend as a whole. I'll be back next weekend more than likely for more live reactions, play-by-play of football. You might catch me. Actually, there was a review on the 2-point conversion, and the call is reversed. Wentz did not cross the goal line and get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So 17-12 now. So 17-14, 5-point game instead of the 3-point game. About 5 minutes to play in the third. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. And then, like I said, I'll probably be on next weekend doing more live reactions, play-by-play of football. Not college. Penn State is off. They have a bye week this week. NFL game next weekend, I don't know what's going to be on in my area. I know the Sunday night game is Browns-Rams from Cleveland. But I don't know what 1 o'clock. Or I know the Steelers play the 49ers, so I assume it's going to be at 4:25. It has to be. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's on CBS or Fox, I don't know. But that'll be on. See if I do that. But really just like, follow, and subscribe on social media, and keep an eye out for posts for question of the day and new videos on YouTube. Almost at 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for all the chat questions and comments tonight. Likes, super likes, and super hearts as well. Fumble on the play, however, the Falcons get back on it. And it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Atlanta Falcons, up 5 here in the third quarter. But then you also help. You might see me this Wednesday for NXT on USA too, so follow myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, right here on Periscope. Twitter is also the same. Gridiron 18, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for the likes, and super heart buttons. Thanks for all the shares, all the chat questions and comments all weekend long. I was live yesterday for Pitt Penn State. We are Penn State, the Nittany Lions, victorious over the Pitt Panthers in the 100th meeting between the two schools. I was on earlier today. Steelers lost to the Seattle Seahawks by 2, 28-26, and now could be without Big Ben Roethlisberger. We'll have to see how that story is going to unfold within the next couple days. Hopefully he's not going to be out for a long time, but if he is, he is. You move on with Mason Rudolph, and hopefully they can play some better football than what they did last week and today. So yeah, that's going to do it for myself, Cool and Luke 96, right here on Periscope. I'll see everybody probably on Wednesday. So yeah, just follow Cool and Luke 96 right here on Periscope. I'll probably see everybody Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And then also next weekend sometime for more football. Thanks for watching Clash of Champions, Sunday Night Football here this evening. We'll watch one more play of Sunday Night Football, and I'll let everybody go. Hopefully everybody has a safe week this upcoming week. 17-12, 1st and 10 from midfield for the Atlanta Falcons, going left to right across your television screen. And Matt Ryan's going to fake the give, looking to throw, has a man, stiff arm from Austin Hooper, gain of 4, going to be 2nd and 6. And now I'll see everybody on Wednesday, more than likely, like I said, and then next weekend, WWE Hell in a Cell, October the 6th. However, October the 2nd, I'll be live right here on Periscope for AEW Wrestling. All Elite Wrestling debuts on TNT. 2 days later, Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, October the 4th. 2 days after that, WWE Hell in a Cell, the next pay-per-view in the WWE. And we're going to have a first down Atlanta, Mohamed Sanu after the reception. And yeah, subscribe. Maybe the next time I see everybody right here on Periscope, we'll have 1,000 subscribers. And by that point, I'll have a thank you video out for everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to Gridiron Ring. Links for social media are actually in the description below if you're watching on playback on YouTube. 17-12 right now. Falcons lead the Eagles, and Seth Rollins retains over Braun Strowman, but it looks like Rollins will face the Fiend Bray Wyatt Hell in a Cell, incomplete in the end zone, intended for Calvin Ridley. So 2nd and 10 on the way for Atlanta, and I'll see everybody sometime soon. Once again, thanks for watching all weekend long, yesterday, earlier today, and this evening for my live reactions, play-by-play, live right here on Periscope.